Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
The John and Gordy Show.
Flashback to my high school days when I created my own hall passes.
Oh, those were the days.
And for some reason, they believed them. Yes, those were the days.
Yes.
They eventually called me the Phantom.
The days of easy forgery in high school.
Weekday mornings 6 till 8 on 92.7 WMDX. And the
One, two, three, four.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right. It's all right.
And now, a guy who loves to watch true crime, but only if it's shoplifting, Pete Schwaba.
Is it just me? Am I on an island there? Love a good shoplifting caper. That's how you do it. Hey, welcome to Nite Lite, everybody. It is Monday, finally, after an excruciatingly long weekend that was filled with joy and relatives and food and football and movies and all kinds of fun stuff. Great to have you with me. Great to be back behind the mic talking about the things in life that we love here at Nite Lite, which we do every night now from 5 to 8 p.m. Riding in the producer's seat tonight is still not Conrad Krieger, but the wonderfully talented and awesome dude, Aaron Zommers. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Pete. Hey, sometimes Conrad just spends a little extra time in Florida, and that's okay,
Listen, I don't blame him. He missed a big snowfall here. That's the whole reason you go to Florida, right?
Yeah, that's why they have snowbirds.
Exactly. Did you get snow where you are?
I did. There was snow here in Madison. It depends exactly where you are, but there was like 11 inches in some places.
Oh my God.
And then I also spent some time in Manitowoc with my family, and we got quite a bit there as well. I think like 8.5, maybe.
We didn't do too bad. We got Marinette is in a weird pocket right now, and that's where I am tonight doing the show from home. We're like 4 to 5 degrees warmer than Madison and Milwaukee, it seems like lately, and we've gotten less snow. I don't know if eventually Marinette might be the new Florida. I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm not making that guesstimation, but we have not been hit too hard. It was like 3 or 4 inches, pretty easy to shovel, and I do shovel my own walks. I'm not a prima donna. I don't know about you guys, and I'm not judging anybody. Do you shovel, Zommers?
Here in Madison, we have to shovel our own, my roommates and I, we have to shovel our own driveway and walkway up to the door, but it's a small driveway and a small walkway. Since it's an apartment, the rest is all taken care of for us.
See, that's why apartment living is so great. I mean, I own a house. I love my house, but I honestly, when I was your age, I never thought I would own a house, and I had no desire to. I was like, I like being able to call someone when something breaks because I'll just make it worse if I try to fix it. I don't love doing yard work. I do it now because I have to, and I have a guy that helps me out from time to time. But yeah, I don't know. Savor your apartment days, Aaron. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
rejoice.
Absolutely. There are some things it's nice to be able to do yourself. Like, if something's not working and you know exactly what's wrong, like, oh, the flusher in the toilet is broken, but it's this piece that would take me 3 seconds to repair, but I can't because if I do and I somehow mess it up, I'm in a lot of trouble.
Right.
So I have to wait for someone else to come fix it.
That's how I was too. I had a landlord in Chicago who was very much like that. Like anything I told him was broken, he would ask me what I did, like put it on me. Like it was getting to the point where it's like, hey, my faucet's broken. Did you turn the water on? I'll go, yeah. He goes, see, there you go. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I thought this is what I'm paying for, but I don't mind renting. Renting is not terrible. I get why people buy. I'm glad I bought. I'm addicted to my house now, but with it, especially when it snows or you got yard work or a storm, it's can be very stressful. But either way, great to have you with me tonight, wherever you're joining us from in Wisconsin, across our beautiful snowy state. Here's the problem, Aaron, is you got 11 inches in Madison. You might not see grass until May. That's the problem with an early snowfall. And I don't know if, Thanksgiving is considered an early snowfall, but I think we avoided this kind of stuff the last few years, this early on anyway.
Yeah, it's been very weird. You know, a lot of older people, I don't necessarily even mean older, just older than I am. Right. I am 27 tomorrow.
Hey, nice. Oh, it figures your birthday's the day after you finish helping me out here and sitting in for Conrad. So we'll still give you a shout out though.
Well, thank you. But people who are older than I am say they really see the effects of climate change. But I mean, I do too. I remember being a kid and having tons of snow days in December and always having a white Christmas with tons of snow. And then the last few years, it just really has not been that. It's been like, oh, it's Christmas and I can just stand outside in a t-shirt.
I don't mind that. I know I have so many friends that snowmobile and ice fish, and just due to the area that I live in, that's a big activity around here, are winter sports. And I feel kind of bad when they don't get to do it, but I don't mind soaking up some rays in December either. So, all right, we got a lot to get to. This is a big show. I don't know if you're aware of this, Aaron. We talked about it a little bit before the show started, but tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. Did you know that?
It is.
That's exciting.
I did know that.
This is a global movement, Giving Tuesday, folks, and you can help us lift up your community by giving tomorrow. That's December 2nd. Civic Media believes this day is special and impactful and essential because it is. Our stations across the state will be highlighting and raising money for local organizations that make a real difference. And if you can give something or feel like being charitable before we get too much closer to Christmas and you've got to spend Christmas money, it would be outstanding. Just be listening tomorrow and learn how you can support your community on Giving Tuesday. We will give you the stations. Basically, it's you just go to your local Civic Media stations websites and you can take it from there. We'll have a list of businesses and all that kind of stuff, but more details on that tomorrow. Also, folks, pardon me, this is an exciting day because it's another multi-state Civic Media Text to Win contest. And it starts today and goes through December 12th. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got you'll be able to pick a present from our grown-up gift list if you listen at your chance to win our Text to Win contest. And we've got some great prizes too, as usual. You just need the app to play. That's all you have to do. Most of you probably have it. If you don't have the Civic Media app, I urge you to get it and be part of this really fun contest that we do from time to time here at Civic Media. All you have to do is listen for the keyword. You know the drill. Text it in, and you could win $200 in cash. Plus, get entered for a chance at our grand prizes. A brand new, speaking of snowblower, a stainless steel cookware set, or a portable air conditioner. It will be hot again, folks, and you'll have a chance to use that air conditioner, but still a great prize. All great prizes. Just download the Civic Media app and listen weekdays through December 12th for your chance to win in our multi-state holiday contest. I'm giving you the keyword in just about 3 or 4 minutes here, so stand by if you have your app ready and want to play. Man, I got so much to get to. Zommers, what am I forgetting? Oh, should we do our question of the night? Should we get that out of the way? This is a fun one.
We could do that.
Let's do this because I want to talk about what you ate on Thanksgiving. And I don't know if that's a personal question or not, but I'm not afraid to delve into the serious topics here at Nite Lite. I had a great Thanksgiving. It's funny to me that National Pie Day is today, December 1st, when most of us probably did our fair share of pie eating in the last few days. So maybe you don't want to think about pie anymore for a while. Maybe you've still got pumpkin on the brain, or maybe you want to do something else. But today is National Pie Day. So that brings us to our question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question. Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Question.
Questions.
Well, you probably already guessed it, but what is your favorite kind of pie? Let me know, and I will read your text and your thoughts on the radio. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. What is your favorite kind of pie? And I think it's good that we're asking this now because people might be sick of pumpkin, even though it's their favorite, so they might say something else. But either way, you can also text us on the app that I just spoke so glowingly about. Get yourself the Civic Media app. Or if you are watching the radio on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, you can drop us a stream comment and let us know your favorite kind of pie. Did you know this, Sommers? Elon Musk apparently took to X, Twitter, I still call it Twitter, and took a poll on whether or not people want him to change the name back to Twitter.
I do remember that, and it was overwhelming that people wanted him to change it. So he just deleted the poll.
So he wanted validation for that stupid reboot, rebrand, whatever you want to call it. X makes no sense. He didn't get it. He didn't get it. People love Twitter. You tweet. That was the whole point of why it was named Twitter. I guess it was probably Jack Dorsey that came up with that, the original owner. But that is so. That's what he offered free speech on what we should do, and then he squashed it. So what is your favorite kind of pie, folks? Let me know. I'm gonna, do you have one, Zommers? I feel like I should let you go first since you're being such a good sport here.
I feel like my favorite kind of pie has got to be apple. It's just a classic, something that I've always had growing up. I know there are other more interesting, quote unquote, types of pies, but I don't know, just the cinnamon, the apple, add a little bit of ice cream or whipped cream on it, especially ice cream. And I don't know, it's something special for me.
I love it. And I did have pumpkin pie over Thanksgiving, but it's not my favorite, but I go with it because it tastes like fall. It tastes like Thanksgiving. I'll probably have some at Christmas, but I would have to say my favorite is key lime. I love a good key lime pie, and I really, it's kind of dangerous when I'm around a key lime pie. I feel like Homer Simpson when Marge says, "Now, Homer, don't you eat this pie?" And he says, "Okay," but he's going to. That's how I am around key lime. I also like a nice chocolate satin pie. I don't even know if that's considered pie, but very rich, but good stuff. So let us know. Zomer says apple. Nothing wrong with that. You like Dutch apple, Aaron?
I don't know what the difference is.
Dutch apple has like little crumbles on top that have like cinnamon and streusel maybe or something like that.
Gotcha. It just instead of like a full top.
Exactly. It makes it even more sweet, but it's delicious. I will say that. All right. It is time, folks, for our text to win. I'm going to give you the keyword here. Tonight's keyword in our text to win, our multi-state text to win contest that goes through December 12th. Our adult grown-up gift list could be, part of the items could be yours if you play along. And tonight's keyword is holly. Or I should say this hour's keyword is holly. HOLLY. So text that in on the Civic Media app, very specific, and you can make yourself eligible to win $200 in cash or get entered into a chance at our grand prizes, a brand new snowblower, a stainless steel cookware set, or a portable air conditioner. This hour's keyword is holly, HOLLY. Mr. Zommers, do you have any of those items? You probably don't have a snowblower.
I do not own one, no.
Okay. Do you have an air conditioner?
It's part of the apartment. I am very thankful for it.
You get central air. That's huge. That's a coup. What about a stainless steel cookware set? And if you have one, do you use it?
See, I do, but I've had to throw pieces of it out or donate them because it was a really, really cheap one that I'm not actually convinced was stainless steel.
What if it was like aluminum or tin or something?
I don't know what, but or at least it was very thin and they wore down pretty quickly. And I don't know, this one I've heard really good things about. I remember internally when talking about the contest, people were like, "This cookware set is one to get excited about."
And I knew that too.
I wish I could participate.
Yeah, because people that are cooks or make food know that. See, it sounds like you bought a bendable steel set, and that is always going to come back to bite you.
Yeah, it will. Well, until I just get rid of all of it, which is close.
Exactly. All right. So the phone lines are open, folks, as always. 855-752-4842. You can tell us about your Thanksgiving. I hope it was a good one. We've got Bears-Packers, a Bears-Packers weekend. We're going to talk about that when we come back, and we'll read some of your texts, have a few laughs. Folks, it is the merry season. It's here. It's December 1st. Happy Monday, everybody. Coming right back on the Civic Media Radio Network. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite.
Fast away the old year passes, la 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 la. Hail the new ye lads and lasses, la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together, la 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather, la 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 la.
92.9
101.7 WMDX. Smart Talk without the suit and
I should have saved that to where I could play the beginnings. You got Deck the Balls with Boughs of Holly because it's the keyword.
Oh, now has a brand new location in Sun Prairie.
Wait, 4 locations? That's a high level of convenience.
With 3 Madison locations and now Sun Prairie, a great cannabis experience is always close by. Our expert staff is here to help, whether you walk in, call, or order online. Mention Radio 420 and get a special discount. So stop by Herbal Aspect in Sun Prairie because great cannabis isn't just a pipe dream.
Nice. I'm rolling over now.
Herbal Aspect.
The holidays are here, and it's time to pick a present from Civic Media's grown-up gift list with this local station. Listen while you work for the keywords to text for your chance to win $200 cash and be entered to win one of our grand prizes, a snowblower, stainless steel cookware set, or a portable air conditioner. Just download the free Civic Media app and listen weekdays at 7, 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, and 7 for your chance to win in our multi-state contest.
The relish tray salad bar, there's nothing quite like the tradition of a Wisconsin supper club, and a few are 150 years old. Now, a new culinary journey celebrates the culture, and one supper club at a time, you can experience the Prime Rib Trail. Here's Caitlin Kessler with the Wisconsin Beef Council.
We have a lot to brag about when it comes to our prime rib and our supper club tradition here. And we just saw nominations from our folks who love supper club, love enjoying that tradition with their families.
16 are on the list, from the loading zone in Wausau to Soma Lake Resort in Tomahawk.
It's the culture. It's when you walk in and they greet you with a friendly smile, you grab that old fashioned at the bar and come together over great food and camaraderie.
Find your favorite or nominate one for next year at beeftips.com. The Prime Rib Trail, a tasty new slice of Wisconsin. I'm Terry Barr for the Civic Media Radio Network.
We are the National Park Foundation.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for
That's
my
Mariah Carey.
own, more than you could ever know.
Very hard to write a new Christmas song. But that's a good, I love that song.
Oh yeah, this one is a classic for sure.
It really is. And it's like, what, 25 years old maybe?
At most.
Here you go, right here, this part. How are you not happy? See, that's the thing, like most people, great choice, Zommers too. And I told you to pull that because she makes, I might be exaggerating here, Mariah Carey, every holiday season, makes $3 trillion from that song.
Holy crap.
Right?
Is that her personally?
That's a lot. She puts a lot of it in savings. But no, that song is, it's a great song. That's one I don't really ever get sick of hearing. Now, I don't listen to Christmas music nonstop, but it is officially December 1st, so we can start playing it. So there you go. It is Cyber Monday, folks. So I don't know. Do you partake in any of the Cyber Monday or Black Friday stuff, Zommers?
Yeah, some. Also, quick note, 1994, so it is just over 25 years old.
Okay.
Is when
30,
All I Want for Christmas Is You came out. But yeah, this year for Black Friday / Cyber Monday, I pretty much just got clothes for myself. I didn't really buy anything for anybody else. I didn't go with any of the big retailers like Amazon or anything. Just like, I got a new wool hat and scarf because I don't have a scarf, and I feel like that would be good to have when it's cold.
See, that's what I try to do. I try to actually avoid going to the big websites lately, and it's not really even a political thing. It's just sort of I know there are other people out there that could use the money, whether they're mom and pop places or whatever. But I have a theory. I'm not saying you don't save to a degree on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, but I just think they don't really lower the prices that much. It's like in your head now. It's part of our vernacular or our fabric in America. Oh, big savings. You got to shop on Cyber Monday. But I wonder if people really pay attention to what they're spending. I saw a billboard years ago that said now you can get HBO for $15.99 a month. Like I'm supposed to go, oh my God. It was the same price it had been. I think HBO is still $15.99 a month. So it's kind of a psychology, I think, behind the consumer aspect, if you will.
Right.
So, but I try not to shop on those days anyway. I don't deal with crowds. I don't even want to go online and go to Amazon or anything like that. So, all right. Hey, we've got a good show. I haven't even talked about what great guests we have tonight, but coming up in just a few minutes, folks, from Old World, Wisconsin, their general manager of guest services, Betsy Gasper, will be here to talk about a really cool event at this great museum, Old World, Wisconsin, we have here, compliments of the Wisconsin Historical Society. It is the largest historical museum in Wisconsin, and we'll talk to Betsy about a really cool event. She'll be along shortly. And then at 6:10, I'm very excited to welcome a friend of mine who is also in the greater Marinette metropolitan area. Her name is Jane Wells. She will be here talking about the West Shore Chorale concert that is happening this weekend. Jane is the director of this really great group that puts on outstanding shows here in the Marinette area. We get some serious, outstanding entertainment here thanks to the West Shore Chorale, which Jane took over a few years ago. She will be here shortly at 6:10, actually. Jane will be here to talk about that. Then my pal Dobie Maxwell will be here. He's performing at Memories Ballroom this weekend in Port Washington. We'll tell you how you can get tickets and where you can go for that. And then our pal Matt Miller will be here to discuss movies and Oscar buzz, holiday films still due to be released as we get ever closer to Christmas. Matt will be here. He is always a blast to talk to. That's at 7:20. So that is a full list of infotainment there, Zommers, if you will. And I need to also get a plug-in for if you're in the Madison area this weekend, or maybe you're up for a road trip. Come on down to the Atwood Music Hall Thursday night, December 4th, a screening of a film I made. It's the 20th anniversary screening of The Godfather of Green Bay, a really fun film, if I do say so myself, starring Tony Goldwyn, Lauren Holly, Thomas Lennon, and Lance Barber. They were on the show last week to help promote it. And it's a fun story about a guy who finally gets a shot at The Tonight Show, a guy named Joe Keegan, played by me. Here's the catch, Zommers. You ready for this? The audition is at a roadside bar in Wisconsin in the middle of deer hunting season, because that's where the talent scout for The Tonight Show goes every year to deer hunt. So these two guys, a road trip from Los Angeles to Wisconsin to get seen for The Tonight Show. And they meet all kinds of fun small town bar characters. It's going to be a lot of fun. The show starts at 7 at the Atwood Music Hall this Thursday. Doors open at 6. Sponsored by Downdren's Distilling and the John and Gordy Show on WMDX here at Civic Media. John and Gordy will introduce me, and then they will host a question and answer session after the movie. So that will be fun. And the music is by the Bodines. Very Wisconsin film. Hope you can come out. Should be a fun night. Say hello if you do. And I would love to meet you. How are we doing? Are those keywords rolling in, Zommers?
They are coming in. We're also getting a bunch of texts about people's favorite kinds of pie.
I knew we were I knew people love pie.
People love food, but especially pie.
This was a home run. And you know what the best thing about pie is, especially after Thanksgiving? I do this all the time. Pumpkin pie for breakfast, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing goes better with a cup of coffee than some pumpkin pie reheated from the night before. It's all good stuff. Did you have leftovers?
Oh, yeah. I had some for lunch today. We also did our Thanksgiving on Saturday, so they're a little fresher than you might expect.
Oh, that's good, because today is supposed to be the last day you're supposed to eat Thanksgiving leftovers. There's a whole etiquette to this, I guess. Our question of the night: what's your favorite pie? Let us know. We're coming right back to talk about Santa Claus and Old World, Wisconsin. That's after the news. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
92.7 WMDX, fueled by coffee, driven by curiosity. Your neighbors are talking. Leaders are deciding. Madison's story unfolds daily on 92.7 WMDX.
For 92.7 WMDX News, I'm Savannah Tomei Olson. Finding cultural foods can be difficult if you don't have the right places around, but now the Hmong community has a new choice in Sun Prairie. Parker Olson has more.
Thank you for being here. Like we've been going to the other stores and, it's just, we don't have a lot of options here in Sun Prairie. So this is really nice. It's convenient. It's closer.
That's the review customers give Zia Yang and her family's new business in Sun Prairie. Just off the highway is Nolan's Hmong Market, open 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Saturday. It's a family-owned market that provides a cultural taste to the community. Yang says that it was an idea that came to her during a trip to Florida. Even in Asian stores, she couldn't find what she was looking for. Her shop addresses the needs of a sizable Hmong population in the area. The new business roots from something even nearer and dearer.
My son, he said, I want to have the Hmong store, Mom. Like he always asked to go to the Hmong store, right? Because he know the product. And when we go to like I was telling you, other Asian stores, they don't have the things, they don't carry the things that we normally use. So he's really used to having everything that he likes on the shelf.
The market is named after him. Nolan takes charge in the store, talking with customers and stocking the shelves. He and his parents even give customers recommendations for flavors and recipes.
If you ever want to try something different and you're like, hey, Z, what is the recipe? Or how do I use this? Like, I'm always really open to share that with people.
They also have Hmong clothes and other items that are difficult to find anywhere else. The market thrives on carrying anything Hmong that you'd need.
Belts, you need earrings, you need, jewelry, necklace, outfits. We carry those. Some of those are handmade here in the United States. Some are shipped from overseas.
Yang says Nolan's Market has those items because it's important for the local Hmong community to have a one-stop shop that meets their needs for cultural items. Everything from different kinds of rice to traditional hats.
That's Parker Olson reporting. I'm Savannah Tomei Olson, 92.7 WMDX News.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. In Didn't See That Coming news, the show All's Fair has been renewed for season 2. Kim Kardashian's stinker of a legal drama will get another season, due in part to the fact that despite god-awful reviews, the show launched at number 1 on Hulu. In a related story, are you serious? I couldn't get past the first 10 minutes. On All's Fair, Kardashian wears threads no one would ever see in a courtroom and leads a team of divorce attorneys with stripper names like Allura, Liberty, Emerald, and Sheila. Your Honor, I'd like to request a brief recess for some pole dancing. Rotten Tomatoes can tell you whether something is fresh or not. They have no category for an actual reeking. All's Fair opened strong out of the gate with a 0% positive reviews that skyrocketed up to 5% positive and has settled at 3%. You can smell new episodes of All's Fair Tuesday nights on Hulu. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nite Lite with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Construction barrels bloom every spring. So do opinions. WMDX, guiding Madison through life's most predictable surprises.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Bormans. Look for light snow to taper off this evening. Any accumulations will be minor. Low temperatures around 10 above. On Tuesday, partly sunny skies and chilly with highs in the mid-20s. A bit of light snow possible again on Wednesday with highs near 30. Current temperature is 23 degrees.
Afternoons with John and Gordy.
Let's go back to the phones. We have Joanne from Madison.
I'd like to thank all of the callers, especially the ones at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's work to follow shows and get the rhythm of what's going on, and it's a real contribution to the sense of community. So thanks again.
Well, Joanne, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for summing that up.
Yeah, we couldn't have said it any better. Thank you to all of our callers.
We can't do the show without them.
Right.
It's John and Gordy in the afternoons from 2 to 5 on the Civic Media Radio Network.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Hey, it's John Peterson and Gordy Young. Tuesday morning, Matt Rothschild will be filling in for us.
And John
top. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree,
I love
let
it.
the Christmas spirit ring.
I think we
Later
got.
we'll have some
We have to pace ourselves, though, Zommers.
Yeah, that's fair. I just,
No, I listen. I get it. It's December 1st. I'm excited right now, but like by tomorrow, I don't want to overdo it. That's all I'm saying. But that's another one of my favorites. I like that one too. Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite here. Welcome, folks. It is Monday. We are finally back on the air, and it is so great to have you here. A really fun week here on Nite Lite, ladies and gentlemen. Lauren Holly will be here on Wednesday night to talk about the Godfather of Green Bay screening I just talked about in Madison. Thursday night, my pal Mike Siegel will be here. We've got Betsy Gasper coming up in just a couple of minutes, and we've got a celebrity chef on the show this week. It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you tune in every night here. Our question of the night is, what is your favorite kind of pie? It is National Pie Day, so we're talking about pie tonight. And Lil Irv says, I hate this song. And you know what, Lil Irv? You cannot bring me down, sir. You are one of our best texters, but you know what? I think what we need to do, Zommers, is bring in Betsy and get her take on the Mariah Carey song. What do you think?
I think so. And she's here.
Let's do that. I'm very excited, folks, to welcome to Nite Lite from Old World, Wisconsin. She is the general manager of guest services, Betsy Gasper. Betsy, welcome.
Thank you so much. So glad to join you tonight.
No, it's our pleasure. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was fabulous. Lots of turkey, lots of stuffing, all the good stuff.
Oh, you didn't do cheeseburgers this year like I did, or some
No cheeseburgers.
shoestring potatoes. Come on. Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. It is great to have you here. But before I get into all this cool stuff happening at Old World, Wisconsin, I have to ask something very important. Do you have a favorite kind of pie?
I do. My favorite is chocolate pecan bourbon pie.
Oh my gosh. Zommers, take a memo.
If you like pecan, if you like pecan pie, you got to add some bourbon and some chocolate, and then it is fabulous.
All of those things are standalone delicious. So I would imagine if you roll them all into one, it's outstanding. And I just realized I asked you 2 questions about food right out of the gate. So you're probably like, why am I here again? But
That's okay.
That's just an icebreaker. We're going to get to everything happening at Old World, Wisconsin. It is so fun talking about this museum. We've talked about it several times on Nite Lite before. Tell us, Betsy, about Breakfast with Santa, a really cool event you're bringing back as part of your home for the holidays that you haven't done in a while.
We have not. We haven't done it we're trying to find the records. We don't know for sure, but it's been more than 10 years since we've had Breakfast with Santa. So we're really happy to bring it back this year.
So what is it? Tell us a little bit about the event itself. Like if we go there, what can you expect? Do you actually eat breakfast with Santa?
Yeah, you sure do. We have a breakfast buffet, so you get all kinds of yummy things: roasted potatoes, French toast, eggs, bacon, sausage, pastries, all kinds of good stuff. And of course, hot chocolate with peppermint whipped cream. Can't forget that. And then Santa is there at the breakfast, so he kind of mingles with everybody, and then there's an opportunity to have your photo taken with Santa. And then for each child who attends, he also brings a special gift.
Wow. It sounds like Santa's going to be doing a lot of eating. Is there more than one Santa? Not that no spoilers, but
no, there is one Santa, but I have heard that Mrs. Claus is also coming with him. So maybe she keeps an eye on what he's eating. I'm not sure.
Santa can get, we can fatten him up a little bit leading up to Christmas, but then Mrs. Claus probably keeps after him to maybe hit the treadmill or do some circuit training.
True. True.
I'm guessing it's not just a coincidence either that this event takes place in the beautifully rustic, as you describe it, octagonal Clausing barn. What is that? This is built in 1897. It sounds really cool. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. It is one of the oldest barns on our property. It has actually just been completely refurbished in the lower level where our commercial kitchen and our small cafe are. And then the upper level we have used for years for lots of special events. We even have people who have had weddings here. So the top is a big open area with beautiful lighting, and that's where Santa's going to be in the upper level.
Wow, that sounds like so much fun. It's for people that haven't been to Old World, Wisconsin. Betsy, can you give us a little background? Like, I've been in Wisconsin for years. I still haven't been there, but every time I read it about it, I'm like, I got to go there. If people haven't been there, how do you sell them on it? What do you tell them to get them to go?
Sure, definitely. Well, we are a historic site, and everything that is here on our property was moved here from other places in Wisconsin. So we tell the story of the people who settled here in Wisconsin. So from Germans to Norwegians, we have a wide variety of ethnic backgrounds that we have buildings from where they settled. So our site is actually celebrating its 50th birthday next year. So we have been around for almost 50 years now. And we are part of the Wisconsin Historical Society, and we're located out in Eagle. If you don't know where Eagle is, we are about 20 minutes from Mukwonago, a half an hour from Oconomowoc, or 45 minutes from Lake Geneva.
Wow. And you have over 600 acres. How much of Old World, Wisconsin can be visited in a day, or do you need to take 2 days to plan like a weekend or something?
Yeah, it really depends how much you want to see of the property, but we tell most people if they want to see all of our offerings, especially during the summer season when we're open, we recommend 4 to 5 hours time to be able to experience everything that is on our site, as well as take a break and have some food, something to drink, something like that. But 4 to 5 hours is perfect timing for Home for the Holidays, which is coming up this weekend and the weekend after. We say about 2.5 to 3 hours because all 600 acres is not open for winter, especially with our snow that we just got.
Yeah, right. My guest is Betsy Gasper. She is the manager of guest services at Old World, Wisconsin, a great facility, a great museum we have here in Wisconsin. It takes place, the event takes place December 6th and 7th and 13th and 14th. You still have plenty of time to gather up the kids. Where can people find out more about the event? Your website, I presume?
Yes, they can go to our website. They can just search up Old World, Wisconsin, and you can find information about Home for the Holidays. I will put a little perk in for our Breakfast with Santa. I looked right before I got on the phone with you, and we literally have only 4 tickets left.
What?
And that is for this Saturday, the 6th. All other tickets are sold out for Breakfast with Santa except those 4.
Oh, wow. All right. So let's say people, can they still go to the grounds and check out? Is it just the Santa thing that's selling out, or is it the whole Home for the Holidays event?
It is just the Breakfast with Santa.
Okay.
Home for the Holidays still has plenty of tickets available. So Home for the Holidays opens at 10 a.m., whereas the breakfast is at 8. So you can come anytime between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. for Home for the Holidays.
Perfect. This sounds really fun. And I'm taking this off your website. It says, enjoy a sleigh bell jingling horse-drawn wagon ride, $6 a person. Very reasonable, especially with gas prices, what they are. Past garland draped homes and businesses, and take in the natural beauty of your grounds. How are these houses all on the grounds? Do you go into other neighborhoods? How does this work?
No, they are all on our grounds. So we have like a village that would have been the way that it was set up in the 1890s. So we have a general store, a blacksmith shop, a shoe shop, a few homes, the 4 Mile House, which would have been a stagecoach stop. We also have a semi-modern building where you can get your food and actual more modern restrooms, which is important, and some other buildings in our village area. So the sleigh ride actually goes through our village and allows you to go past those buildings and then see where some of our other events are going on during our Home for the Holidays program.
Why does Christmas seem so much more Christmassy when it's from yesteryear?
No, that's a good question. It's just, I think the memories that people cherish with their families, I think it just makes it feel like, more warm and cozy. And so when you come and experience history in that way, maybe it connects you to your ancestors, or just helps you create your own current family memories.
Great answer. You also have Krampus's cabin, which I find kind of funny. Would you encourage people to bring their kids there if they have not been so good throughout the course of the year, and maybe take them to the Krampus cabin?
You could definitely, yeah. Krampus is actually a German or Austrian character. It's celebrated especially in the Alps region, and he is kind of the opposite of Santa. He visits children who have been naughty and brings them lumps of coal. And he is kind of rustic, I guess you would say. His costume includes coats of goat and sheep fur. He has a horned mask. He also wears bells so you can hear him when he's coming, but he also carries with him a leather switch because the naughty children need to be reminded that they were naughty.
Is that switch for whacking someone, what they call it?
Yes.
Oh,
or
man.
You would normally see somebody drive horses with? Yes, something like that. Yep. Yep. So Krampus is just to remind those kids to be good.
Here I am talking about this wholesome Christmas, and Old World has a bit of an edgy side to it, too, it sounds like. Good.
We sure do. Well, our ancestors from Germany brought this tradition over, so we like to educate people on it and let them learn a little bit kind of about that tradition and where it came from.
Well said. And for those parents who their kids are stressing them out, you can also steer them toward, I hope I'm saying this right, Whitnable's Tavern for the family Christmas, style after 19 or 30s or 40s holiday decor. Tell us about that. You have cocktails there.
We sure do. Yeah, we moved Whitnable's Tavern here to the site last year, and then it was able to open this summer. So it's our first home for the holidays with Whitnable's being open. So the tavern will be open for adult beverages during our home for the holidays. They're actually serving a hot toddy, which is bourbon and clove and honey, brown sugar. That one sounds very yummy. They're also doing Irish coffees, so coffee, and they'll have a bunch of different flavors of Irish cream. And then if you don't want something hot, you like cool beverages, they're also doing a cherry mule. So with a Wisconsin-made cherry vodka, some ginger beer, and lemon.
Oh, wow. How many parents, and be honest, ask for a double?
It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, especially after they're at the breakfast with Santa. Maybe on their way out, they'll grab one and walk around the rest of the site.
Right, some Bloody Marys with Santa, something like that. So, all right. So, Betsy, any other events coming up at Old World, Wisconsin that you can kind of tease, or that we should look forward to after the holidays, or other events that are holiday related?
Yeah. So after the holidays, we actually closed down to the public for a little while just because of the weather. But our most exciting thing is we are actually in the process of building a new welcome center here at Old World, Wisconsin. And that will actually open next season. So that will open in May.
Wow.
And we will have a brand new welcome experience as people come in for their ticketing. We'll also have a brand new gift shop. And a lot of new restrooms that will double our capacity, which is fabulous. And that will open just in time for our 50th birthday.
Outstanding stuff. Betsy, have great holidays. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
You bet. Have a Merry Christmas.
All right, you too. We are coming right back. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. I'm going to give you the keyword again, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, fashion way.
Get updates on what's happening in your community right to your phone through the Civic Media app. Select WMDX in the app and news comes to you. Real news and great conversation.
Allure Intimate Apparel redefines what it means to feel confident, celebrating every woman, every shape, every size. Their expert fit specialists offer a refined, pressure-free experience designed for comfort, beauty, and ease. Bras, sleepwear, swim, and intimates, Allure has it all. With a personalized touch and a commitment to exceptional service, Allure helps women feel effortlessly supported every single day. An elevated new location is now open in the Hilldale Shopping Center, where fit meets sophistication. Visit allurefits.com.
Are you ever questioning when life will slow down? Are you ever thinking of just relaxing and enjoying the simple things? All of this is possible, even while still being in the workforce. Worthington, Minnesota is a town growing, yet it's nothing like metro life. Professional and labor jobs, a beautiful lake, bike trails, recreation, acres of public hunting, festivals, and great people. Slow down. We're just a short drive away, so come join us. Worthington, it's worth a look.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns. It's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Join me, Tom Hartman, each and every weekday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Tom Hartman program right here on Civic Media. I talk about the issues that all Wisconsinites can get behind, from unrigging our economy so it works for all of us, not just the billionaire class, to improving our representative government, to delivering on the promise of we the people. Tune in middays right here on your local Civic Media station from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Tom Hartman program. Tag, you're it.
I'm Rick Smith, host of The Rick Smith Show. If you're looking for honest talk, real stories, and straight-up news that matters to you, tune in to The Rick Smith Show. We're digging into the issues that affect your job, your family, your future. Join me weeknights at 9 on the Civic Media Radio Network, because your voice deserves to be heard. That's The Rick Smith Show, heard weeknights at 9 right here on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Drivers, Austin Cindric here. As a NASCAR Cup Series driver of the number 2 Discount Tire Ford Mustang, there's a few rules of the road I like to tell my family and friends. Tire pressure is critical.
That's not a Christmas tune, is it? What is that?
It's not. It is Easy as Pie.
Oh, well done. Well done. That is Aaron Zommers, folks, filling in for Conrad Krieger. Conrad is back from Florida tomorrow. He might be back tonight. He might just be taking a me day, taking a good long swim in Lake Conrad, perhaps. But he will be back tomorrow. Aaron Zommers is in the producer's chair tonight. Always fun to work with Aaron. And it's because he comes up with songs like that, which pertain directly to our question of the night, which is, what is your favorite kind of pie? So let me know, and I will read your text on the radio. Once again, folks, the key word in tonight's, our new text-to-win, multi-state text-to-win contest here at Civic Media is Holly, Holly. Holly, getting us in the Christmas spirit, in the mood for Christmas. You have to use the app to text in that keyword, and you will be eligible for a prize from our grown-up gift list. Be listening all through the next few days. It goes through the 12th. This is a really fun contest, and you could win $200 cash just for texting in the keyword on the app, and you will be automatically enrolled for grand prizes like a brand new snowblower, a stainless steel cookware set, or a portable air conditioner. If you don't have the Civic Media app, highly recommend it. It's free and very easy to get, and even easier to use. So our question of the night is, what is your favorite kind of pie? Carrie from Tosa in the 414 says key lime, 100%. Totally agree with you, Carrie. We are kindred spirits. I said the same thing earlier in the show. Well done. Rosemary in the 715 says banana cream. Love banana cream pie. Zommers, you ever had banana cream?
I don't think I have. I have had key lime pie like once, and it was very good. But banana cream, I don't think I've had. I bet I would like it, though.
Dude, I'm not trying to tell you what to do or how to run your life, but when this show is over, run to the Madison Fresh Market on University and get yourself some key lime pie. It is dynamite.
If they're open, all right.
If you don't like it, I'll pay for it. Just get something cheap. And you know what? Banana cream is one of those pies, Rosemary, too, that used to freak me out because of the cream and the banana. It just didn't sound that sweet, but it's delicious. As I got older, I developed a serious appreciation for banana cream. Tom from Jackson says strawberry rhubarb, another very popular pie, especially here in Wisconsin. Thank you, Tom. Good to hear from you, buddy. Monica in the 608 says pumpkin is my favorite, but apparently not when I make it. I was only responsible for the pie, and it wasn't edible without Ready Whip because it wasn't sweet. Key lime is my second favorite, but a good key lime pie is hard to find. I got 2 words for you, Monica. Sarah Lee. That is how unfussy I am about key lime pie. Like, obviously, a fresh one made with real key limes is great, but there are a couple store-bought ones that they're my go-to desserts on cheat days. I recommend it. But I'm sorry about your pumpkin pie there too, Monica. I'm sure you're being too hard on yourself. Brett from the 920 says, my favorite pie, lemon meringue, especially if you walk into a food fight. Summers, what do you make of that text?
I mean, it's got to be one of the top pies to throw at someone's face. But it has to be a cream pie.
When you throw a pie at someone, those are like prop pies and they're mostly whipped cream. Yeah, I would never do a disservice to the pie community by throwing a lemon meringue pie in someone's face. That's just a waste of good pie. Even if you like the person you're throwing the pie at, it's terrible.
However, if you have, if you're limited on options, if you're in a situation that calls for somebody to be pied and you only have a couple pies around, I would pick that over pumpkin or apple.
Yeah, although pumpkin, you could probably do some damage. That's got some weight behind it.
Yeah, if I don't want to get sued, I'll probably go with the cream one.
Maybe not the way Monica makes it. So, all right, fair enough, Brett. Thank you, sir. Jim from Brookfield in the 262 says, hi, Pete. I'm right there with you regarding key lime pie. I really enjoy the tangy, sweet citrus taste and creamy texture. Add a buttery graham cracker crust, and you have a slice of heaven. I could not have said that better myself, Jim. He says, a distant second is pecan pie, my wife's favorite, but for me, it's a far distant. I'm not here to promote marital instability, Jim. I think there is no right answer, but I do appreciate your text. Don't get in trouble with your wife. Robert from La Crosse says, cranberry walnut pie. Wow, I've never even heard of that. He says, especially the ones made with church ladies in Warrens, Wisconsin. Oh, those church ladies can make a good
I think
pie.
Made by, presumably, not made with as an ingredient.
Yeah. Would you ever go, listen, if I thought this pie was that good, it would be enough to probably get me to go to their church.
This particular pie would not, because I am allergic to walnuts. If it weren't for that, yes.
Oh, no. I would even maybe genuflect while buying it at the bake sale. Tyler in the 608 says, Edward's frozen coconut cream cheesecake pie is too good to be true. And then he's got the triple M's, but I wasn't going to do that because I thought people might think I was doing that to Tyler's text instead of him actually texting the good. And that is exactly what I was trying to think of earlier was Edward's frozen, because they make a good key lime pie too.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't had that one.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, so we got the keyword out there. There will be a new one coming at 7 o'clock in the 7 o'clock hour. It is so great to have you here, folks. We've got a really fun show tonight. Back on the air after a long weekend. We just spoke with Betsy Gasper from Old World. That's hard to say. Old World, Wisconsin. We've got Jane Wells coming up after the news from Marinette. She's the director of the West Shore Corral. She will be here shortly. Dobie Maxwell, Mr. Funny, Mr. Comedian, Mr. Lucky, as they used to call him back in the day. I'll tell you why when he's here. But Dobie is always fun to talk to. And then Matt Miller, Milwaukee film critic, will be here in hour number 3. Aaron Sommers riding shotgun for the kid Conrad Krieger. And our question of the night is, what is your favorite kind of pie? So let us know, and we will read your text on the radio. Folks, it is so great to have you here. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Sugar and some spice and everything that's nice, and take a little slice, have a nice slice. Easy as pie, that's what I am, just for you. Help yourself to you some love that's true, and sugar, some spice, and everything that's nice. And take a little slice. Woo, that's nice, easy as pie.
92.7 WMDX Columbus, Madison's real news and great conversation. A Civic Media station. WMDXradio.com.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The price of Zepbound, one of Eli Lilly's popular weight loss drugs, has been lowered by $50 for those paying out of pocket.
This follows competitor Novo Nordisk, which lowered prices for Wegovy just a couple of weeks ago. Both companies had initially charged over $1,000 a month, and then they reduced the direct-to-consumer prices without insurance. So this is certainly a step in the right direction, but the prices are still expensive.
ABC's Rhiannon Alley. There are growing bipartisan calls to review U.S. military strikes on alleged Venezuelan drug vessels in the Caribbean. That after the Washington Post reported 2 survivors were killed in September during a second U.S. strike. Experts say that could be a violation of war laws. The White House says Navy Admiral Frank Bradley issued the follow-up strike and acted within the law. Americans are scanning online sales on this Cyber Monday. Many are doing it while on the job. Coupon Follow shows some 60% of full-time workers plan to shop online during their workday. This is ABC News. In Northern California, police are investigating a mass shooting in Stockton, south of Sacramento, at a child's birthday party.
Police in Stockton say they're still trying to figure out what led up to the shooting at a child's birthday party being held at an event space. Those killed were 8, 9, 14, and 21 years old. 11 others were hurt. Nobody has been arrested, but police say it appears to have been a targeted shooting, and the victims were not random. On Sunday, community members gathered in Stockton for a prayer vigil. Alex Stone, ABC News.
In Haiti, heavily armed gangs carried out large-scale attacks in Haiti's central region this weekend, killing men, women, and children, authorities say, along with setting fire to homes. Police say that the attacks have paralyzed the region in towns like Bercy and Pont-Saint. The majority of Haiti's police force and Kenyan military officers that are leading a UN-backed mission to help curb gang violence are centered in the capital of Port-au-Prince. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Hey there, Wisconsin. Tom Hartman here. Democracy is not a spectator sport, so join me each and every weekday right here on Civic Media for the Tom Hartman program from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Covering the news of the day and sharing ways for you to get off the sidelines and get active in your community, because change starts with you. Get involved and tune in to the Tom Hartman program Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on your local Civic Media radio station.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
From the Capitol to your kitchen table, Madison's biggest stories live right here on 92.7 WMDX.
Bucks basketball tonight. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports NBA. The Bucks play the Wizards in Washington. Milwaukee snapped that 7-game losing streak and now has a chance to catch up against the last place Wizards. The Bucks in 11th place in the Eastern Conference with a record of 9-10. Washington in last place with a record of just 2 wins and 16 losses so far. College volleyball, Wisconsin named the number 3 seed in their region. They'll host Eastern Illinois at the UW Fieldhouse Thursday evening. The Badgers have now reached the NCAA tournament 13 years in a row. NFL, Packers back to work after beating the Lions. They host the Bears Sunday at 3:25. The Bears in first place in the NFC North after beating the Eagles in Philly Friday night.
You got to put the work in. There's no substitute for the work.
Hello, thanks for joining us. Pete should be right here. He must have just stepped aside. We are still streaming, but we're not on the radio yet for another about 2 minutes.
Okay, thanks so much.
Real voices and conversations that count. That's Madison, and that's 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Bormans. Look for light snow to taper off this evening. Any accumulations will be minor. Low temperatures around 10 above. On Tuesday, partly sunny skies and chilly with highs in the mid-20s. A bit of light snow possible again on Wednesday with highs near 30. Right now, it's 22 degrees.
Hey, it's John Peterson and Gordy Young. Tuesday morning, Matt Rothschild will be filling in for us.
And John and Gordy will be on in the afternoon all week. Join us 6 to 8 a.m. on WMDX.
This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio. On our show, we share stories from Turtle Island, highlighting the people and issues shaping our communities. From protecting water to treaty rights and preserving languages and traditions, we cover it all. Hear voices like Arvina Martin of Emerge, Wisconsin, Dr. Stately, Robert Lilligren, and more. Because Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues.
Native Roots Radio, weeknights at 8 on your local Civic Media radio station.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
92.7 WMDX, where thinking is still.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who does his own stunts, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back. Hey, great to have you here, folks. It is a Monday night after a long weekend where I had to talk about entertainment casually with friends and family, which is fine too, but it's more fun. It's more fun to do it in an official capacity here, like we do every night at Nite Lite. Happy December 1st, everybody. The Christmas season is officially upon us. Lots going on all month. We've got great guests. It's great that you're here tonight. We have a really fun show. The first hour, we spoke with Betsy Gasper from Old World, Wisconsin. Talked about their Breakfast with Santa event coming up. That sounds like a lot of fun. Check that out at oldworldwisconsin.org. Coming up in just a couple minutes, we'll have the director of the West Shore Corral in Marinette, Wisconsin, a fine organization that does outstanding work in the little community where I live here in Wisconsin. So we'll talk to Jane Wells in just a couple minutes. Dobie Maxwell is here at 6:35. Comedian you can see in Port Washington this weekend at Memories Ballroom. And Matt Miller, our favorite Milwaukee film critic, will be here at 7:20 to tell you what you can check out in theaters as we get closer to Christmas. Aaron Zommers is sitting in for Conrad Krieger tonight, who is still on vacation. Do you ever worry that Conrad's just not coming back, Aaron?
Well, I don't really worry about it because, that would just mean that I get to spend more time on the show.
I love it when you're here, dude. We always have a good time together.
And we love Conrad.
Of course we do. Not in the big way. But he's a good guy. That's all I can say about Conrad. He's a very good guy. So he will be back tomorrow. And we've got lots going on this week, too. We've got Lauren Holly on Wednesday and lots of great guests all week. Mike Siegel will be here, possibly. We've got Matt Miller later this show. Who do we have? Who else do we have on Tuesday, Zommers? We've got a lot of big... Here, I'm going to pull that up right now because I want people to know. Bill Leff is going to help us tomorrow night. Bill is he is the host of Tune In With Me, a nationally syndicated show on the Cartoon Network. And Bill was our first guest here at Nite Lite. So he's going to be here tomorrow night. We're going to celebrate our 2-year anniversary, probably over the course of tomorrow night and Wednesday night as well, as we lead up to the Godfather of Green Bay screening December 4th, Thursday night at the Atwood Music Hall in the Atwood Hood of Madison. So if you're in the Madison area, come on out. It's the Godfather of Green Bay. We'll start at 7:00. Some of the proceeds go to the Dane County Humane Society. So it's for a good cause. The film stars Tony Goldwyn, Lauren Holly, Lance Barber, Thomas Lennon, me, Tracy Thorpe, all kinds of fun talent in the film. It's a feel-good film with some big laughs. I shot it in Marinette. It's the 20th anniversary screening, so it'll be fun. Thursday night in Madison, we'll talk to Lauren Holly about that on Wednesday. And we'll talk to Bill Leff about our anniversary, our 2-year Nightlight anniversary. Lots of stuff going on this week. So it's great to have you here. And Aaron Zommers to boot, if that wasn't good enough. Should we mention Giving Tuesday again, Aaron?
Sure. I mean,
That's
you just did.
Did I just do it?
Well, you just said Giving Tuesday when you asked if you should mention
I
it.
got to give some
I know that
beats,
doesn't
right?
count.
I can't, yeah. It's always nice when your producer is trying to mess with you on the air. Giving Tuesday is tomorrow, folks. Listen up tomorrow. We will tell you about this great global movement and that celebrates the power of generosity. And this is the perfect time of year to do something like this. Civic Media believes this day is special, impactful, and essential. Our stations across the state, many of which play Nightlight on a nightly basis, will highlight and raise money for local organizations. I will tell you tomorrow, but be listening tomorrow and learn how you can support your community on Giving Tuesday. All right, without further ado, let's talk about some West Shore Corral. If you thought you were in the Christmas spirit, folks, just because it's December 1st, well, good for you. I do too. I love Mondays and I love December 1st. But right now, I'm going to give you an opportunity to road trip to Marinette if you're not in the Marinette Menominee area and see this really cool concert happening this Sunday night from the West Shore Corral. And the group's director is here tonight with me on Nightlight for a little bit, Miss Jane Wells. Hi, Jane.
Hey, Pete, how's it going?
It's good. You sound good. You sound like you could sing a tune. I'm not pressuring you. I'm not,
I didn't warm up, so.
that old bit, huh? Okay. Hey, it's great to have you here. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
I have to ask you, we do a question of the night every night here on Nightlight, somewhat, topical or a national day. Today is National Pie Day. Do you have a favorite pie, Jane?
I saw that actually scrolling across the screen, and I was hoping you'd ask me because my grandmother used to make an amazing raspberry pie, and it was my absolute favorite. I've tried to replicate it, but it's just never as good as grandma's.
Do you have the actual recipe? Like, did
I
she leave it with
do.
you?
Mhm.
Okay. So what do you
I
think
made
you're
it for
doing
my
wrong?
husband when we started dating, and he didn't even have a slice of it, which has become a long time joke. It's
But
like a
he,
girl made a pie for you, and you didn't even try it.
listen, if someone makes a pie for me on a first date, I'm eating the whole thing just out of it's a courtesy situation, right?
It wasn't a first date, but it was like within the first month or two. So,
Well, that makes sense. That might have been weird. If you made him a pie on date number 1, he
right.
might have been running for the hills. So
I'm not in a Hallmark movie here. So,
very well. Well, that is a great answer. Raspberry pie. I love it. Jane Wells. So tell us about this. Tell us about the West Shore Corral. How did this come to be? And I love when, Marinette is not a big town, but we have certain things that happen there culturally that I feel like we're so blessed to have. And the West Shore Corral is one of them. So tell us a little bit about the history of the group, if you could.
yeah. So, unfortunately, I don't remember the exact year that it started. I believe it was in the early 80s. But David Giebler, who was the music professor at UW Marinette at the time, started this group because he said, for an area of our size, we need some more culture. We need to promote this kind of stuff. We should have a community choir. So he started that, and then students from the university could actually take the choir for credit. So we called it a communiversity choir. So he continued it for over 30 years, almost 40, maybe more than 40. But I took over when he retired in 2018. And since then, we no longer have the in-person classes at UW-GB Marinette. But we are so lucky that our theater got to hold on to the West Shore Chorale. It's become a really beloved group, especially for me, but I know our community appreciates it too. And it's such a special place for our singers, and it's a little different every semester. We just have a great time.
And the shows you do are outstanding. And it's funny that, when you live in a small town, sometimes when people give up something like David Giebler did when he walked away from this group that he founded, sometimes you don't have people to step in. So we're very lucky to have you. So keep up the great work.
Thank you. You're so kind.
Are you having fun? Do you like doing that? I mean, I'm sure it gets busy around the holidays. You have to go whether you want to or not because people depend on you. It's open to the community right now, right? The group, anybody can join, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We have singers of all ages, anywhere from high school on up. I mean, we've got retirees, and alongside with somebody who just graduated from high school. Um, I love doing it so much. And the joke is always that the music makers are preparing everyone else for the holidays because we're so busy. We don't actually get to prepare for it ourselves. But, this concert, this group, we only do one concert. So it really doesn't feel like too much. But there's such a wonderful group of people. I love that it's so dynamic in age and just what everyone's interested in. But we all come into this room for one purpose, to make music and to make community. And it holds such a special place in my heart. I feel so honored that I get to work with these people.
Wow, that's a great answer. The West Shore Chorale, you can see them December 7th. That's this Sunday at 4 p.m. at the beautiful Theater on the Bay here in Marinette. My guest is Jane Wells. She is the director of the group, took over in 2018, and is doing a great job. Is there a theme to this year's show, Jane, or is there a theme year to year?
Yeah, so I try to kind of do a little theme that I can work different pieces into each semester. We do a winter concert in December, and we do a spring one end of April, early May. And this one is the Winter's Night. So all of our pieces have something to do with snow or, winter. We've got a couple really blustery, kind of cold, evokes those emotions. But then we also
Yeah.
have some nice, warm, heartfelt, like you're, sitting at the window watching the snowfall with a cup of, hot tea or something.
That is something like everybody looks forward to at this time of year. And it's so great, that this show exists. I understand you're in a little bit of a predicament this year because the
Yes.
show runs up against the Packer-Bear game. My guess is some people will still go to the show and either record the game or catch the second half. I hope they do because of the work you guys put in. But what would you say to these people in an effort to get them to come out and see some live music instead of a silly old football game?
Right. Well, we did try our best. It was originally scheduled for noon, and those NFL people just decided to move it. We were trying to accommodate both, but I understand as an avid Packer fan. But as one of my members said, you can always, record it, and then when you get home, you just get to fast forward through all the commercials, and you just get
Right.
straight game.
Exactly. If that is the play, in my opinion. Jane, so how do you pick a space? Like, because Theater on the Bay is so beautiful. It's right on the water. If you've been to Marinette, folks, Bayshore Drive. It's a very picturesque setting. I know you've had the concert in churches before too. Is there an optimal place or venue that you prefer?
Oh, that's a tough question. It's hard because the Herbert L. Williams Theater is our home. That's where we meet. That's, our building. It's just steps away from the choir room where we rehearse every week. But, ideally somewhere that was a little more ringy, like a small cathedral, or a lot of churches have that more kind of warm, focused sound. We've only done ours in a church once, and that was because the theater was under construction. Because I do feel so strongly that Theater on the Bay is our home. But we would love a little warmer sound, but we do love being at home and the people who come to see us.
Are there times you're directing that you just want to break into song? How do you keep the singer inside of you from breaking into song when you're directing all these people you're responsible for?
It's really hard. I want to sing all the time. I sing in rehearsals all the time. But I do get to kind of like mouth and live through it. There's a different part of the musicality that lives in you when you're directing. And I think that there's, definitely an artistic approach to that too, because how I am looking at them, how I am moving my body, how I am breathing, they're looking at me. And if they see that, that's going to prompt them on what they need to do. So if I'm being really herky jerky and kind of crazy, that's going to make them nervous and tighten up. If I'm nice and slow and relaxed and I look relaxed, that will help them to also be relaxed. So a lot of how I always tell them, I'm like, if we're going to make a mistake, you're going to do it because you're watching me. I'll make the mistake. You just watch me, and then I can take the blame for it. Like, don't do your own thing.
That's a great answer. And some of us just need a little push, Jane, to join the group. Listen, if you could have a big shower setting, I sound amazing in the shower. I would bring a lot to your group. So just something to think about.
A stairwell is like the best. Actually, that's where we should
Yes.
have a concert, is in a stairwell.
That sounds fun to me. We're coming right back. Jane Wells is here. A very short break. It's Pete Schwaba and
WMDX. Because silence makes you
Are there
nervous.
any particular songs that you would like to hear as like walk-up music for the next segment?
Taking turns.
Yes.
Well, how about Sugar River
I'll
Pizza?
defer to our guest,
Oh,
Jane,
yeah, now
if you
they
have a
can
Christmas song, Jane.
Oh gosh, I mean, I love them all. You can't go wrong in my book.
You know what, Zommers, let's play the Mariah Carey one again because I want to ask Jane about it. I'm going to tie it into where we live.
Okay, sounds good.
You can be brutally honest, Jane. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Sun Prairie, Verona, New Glarus, and catering.
When you're having computer problems, you need a company you trust to get things working again, quickly and affordably. Madison Computer Works has been doing that for business and residential customers for decades. Our computer care plans take away the hassle of being without your computer or needing to bring it in for repair. Starting at only $10 a month, our local and friendly techs provide remote help and can fix most problems in just minutes. Call 608-231-8000 and sign up today. Madison Computer Works, computers that work for you.
Are you prepared, I say to my Republican friends, to sit back and allow over 20 million Americans to see a doubling of their health care premiums?
Is Bernie Sanders right? Will 2026 Obamacare premiums double for 20 million Americans? No. Many Affordable Care Act enrollees will face sharp premium increases when enhanced subsidies expire on December 31st. But there's no evidence that 20 million people will see their costs double. KFF estimates average monthly payments will more than double in 2026. While it doesn't say how many will see premiums double, 2 to 3 million higher income enrollees losing all enhanced subsidies could see their premiums double or triple. I'm Trisha Young for Wisconsin Watch. Fact briefs are bite-sized fact checks of trending claims produced by Wisconsin Watch and GigaFact. Read more at wisconsinwatch.org.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free.
Welcome back. That, of course, is Mariah Carey, who that is a new classic. It's very hard to write a Christmas classic, as Zommers and I talked about earlier. My guest is Jane Wells. She is the director of the West Shore Chorale here in beautiful Marinette, Wisconsin. Their show is December 7th at 4 p.m. at the beautiful Theater on the Bay here in Marinette. Definitely worth, if you're even close in the area, come on by. It should be a really fun concert. Right on the water here in gorgeous Marinette. I hope, Jane, you never pull a Giebler and step down, even though he did it for 40 years.
I don't know if I have another 40.
Well, 1 year at a time. All right. So I have to ask you, this is interesting. You live a stone's throw away from where I live. I see you walking your dog out. We talk sometimes. And another one of our listeners, who is a regular listener, Dave, grew up down that street, Pine Beach Road. He texted earlier he does not like the Mariah Carey song. I'm a big fan. Where do you come in on the Mariah Carey All I Want for Christmas?
I don't seek it out, but when it's on, it's a bop, right? I mean, you can't not kind of dance along with it. Like Mariah Carey, she's super talented. I have no qualms with her. It's just not necessarily my style of music, but that song is just a lot of fun. And it does evoke that kind of, it's like you feel like you're out shopping for Christmas when you hear that song. So I'm cool with it.
Will we ever hear that in one of your West Shore chorales? So maybe get my dad to sing it. Tom Schwaba, he's a member of the West Shore Chorale. He'd be happy to belt it out, I think.
I think that'd be a fun solo for him.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Christmas carol, Jane?
Oh, favorite Christmas carol. I mean, now I just lost the name of it. Oh, Lo How a Rose Are Blooming. I'm old school. It's like it's by Hugo Disler. There's a beautiful choral version of it that's just absolutely gorgeous. But I love it. In my house, it's Bing Crosby. We are always listening to the classics.
Okay, here's another not controversial question for you, but the Bing Crosby, David Bowie song, Little Drummer Boy. Where do you fall on that one?
That one I'm less into. I will again listen to it. And that's the one where at the end they add the like peace on earth.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. I like that.
Oh,
sure, we'll listen to it.
Nice. You got to sing on the show sometime, Jane. Even those little, not warmed up, you sound great. I would love to have you in the studio to sing sometime if you're up for that.
Oh, I mean, maybe, sure.
Zommers, you heard it. We have proof. We're using it. Jane just committed. Before we let you go, Jane, and break a leg this weekend, it's very exciting. It's going to be a great show, I'm sure. Are you binge watching anything that you could recommend? And we talk about TV a lot on this show, color television and movies. What could you recommend?
Well, we just finished rewatching Schitt's Creek for like the 4th time, but we recently started the newest season of Man on the Inside. I love Ted Danson.
Oh yeah, that's a good show.
Yeah, so he's like a retired engineering professor who moves into a retirement home to become a PI.
Yeah.
Or not to become, but it just inadvertently is a PI. And then the second season, now he's on a new case, and it's just cute and quirky and charming.
Ted Danson, if he hangs in there, things are really going to start to go his way.
Yeah, I think he's got something.
And real quick, your favorite singer, someone you grew up watching or wanting to emulate as you got older and found the beauty of song, as it were.
I think so, I might get some flack for this, but I'm a huge Coldplay fan.
Oh, nice.
I love their music. It was a big thing. I was a, coming of age teenager, and my brother was in college, and he was like, "You gotta listen to this new band." And then my sister sent me a CD, and I wanted to be cool like my older siblings. And then just as I got older, so many more of the lyrics really clicked with me inside my head and my heart. And as I've gotten older, even now, though their music is so different than kind of like the studio stuff they were doing when they first came out.
Yeah.
Just their whole message about being good to each other and, messages of love and whatnot to our other humans on the planet. I really appreciate that about them. And so in my world, they can do practically no wrong.
That is a great and very honest answer from my guest, Jane Wells. She is the director of the West Shore Chorale here in Marinette. Check out their show Sunday, December 7th. That's this Sunday, 4 p.m. at the Theater on the Bay in Marinette. If you're in the area, you will not be disappointed. It's a fun show, and it will get you in the holiday mood, maybe even more than Mariah Carey. Jane, thank you so much for your time tonight, and break a leg this weekend.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your support and having me on here.
Always. All right. That's Jane Wells, my neighbor. Zommers, how do you like that?
Always cool to have a cool neighbor.
I had to go over several times and tell them their music was too loud, and they give me a lot of flack. I've threatened to call the cops. They're like, whatever radio boy, you do what you have to do. But Jane,
I'm sorry about
so
that.
Yeah, keep it down. Keep down the Coldplay. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
All right, that's Jane Wells. So coming up after the news, Dobie Maxwell, the very funny Dobie Maxwell, will be here to talk about his show coming up at Memories Ballroom in Port Washington. That is this weekend. And our pal, Milwaukee film critic Matt Miller, will be here in hour number 3 at 7:20. We will also give you a new keyword in hour number 3 for our multi-state text-to-win contest here at Civic Media. Coming up after the news, we'll read some of your texts. Our question of the night: what is your favorite kind of pie? Zommer says apple. I say key lime. I would say key lime's kind of in the driver's seat tonight. Would you agree, Zommers?
Yeah, it seems like a lot more people are into key lime. I think I might be one of the only ones who said apple so far.
It's all right. It doesn't mean I'm a better person than you. I'm just saying it's kind of funny how.
I mean, it doesn't not.
All right, we're going to do the news. We will be right back with Adobe Maxwell. This is the Civic Media Radio Network and Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba.
It came on blossom bright, amid the cold of winter, of
.7 WMDX, like a podcast, but lazier. Parallel parking in Madison?
Sydney Politics on YouTube says, bring back New Radicals and Smashing Pumpkins. I'm not ready for constant Christmas music. Oh, I got you. We'll be back to that.
ABC
And I'll make
News,
sure
I'm
Pete
Michelle
sees your
Franzen.
other
The
comment
price
about
of
pie as
Zepbound, one of Eli Lilly's popular weight loss drugs, has been lowered by $50 for those paying out of pocket.
This follows competitor Novo Nordisk, which lowered prices for Wegovy just a couple of weeks ago. Both companies had initially charged over $1,000 a month, and then they reduced the direct.
Hello, good to have you.
Thank you, sir.
Pete should be back. He must have stepped out to go to the bathroom or something like that.
No worries. I've been in radio. I know what that's like, man.
Definitely.
Got to control the bowels and the bladder.
Both important.
Appreciate you having me. Where are you located? Are you in Green Bay?
I'm in Madison.
I got you. Okay.
Pete is at his house in Marinette. And just so you know, we are live streaming right now. We're not on the radio, but people on social media can still see and hear us.
Hello, people on social media. It's all good. I love Pete Schwaba. Off the record, on the record. He's a wonderful talent, and I love being on this show. And I would say that if nobody was listening, I would say that. He's a talented cat. Always liked him.
As would I.
Beautiful. So how's the gig for you? You enjoy it?
Yeah. Right now, still figuring out a lot of things because we just had a bit of a lineup change, and the main show that I worked on is not around anymore. So still figuring out exactly what I'm all doing, but we'll get there.
You're a young man. I want you to enjoy your youth. I was on a sports talk in Milwaukee, and it was a Packer flagship, and they blew everybody out. So it never changes. Radio, I've been fired in all four time zones in America. You know how hard that is? It's like hitting for the cycle in baseball. That mountain time zone is like the triple. It's hard. So I know what you hear the three magic words you never want to hear. Shut the door. Nothing good ever happens after those three words. You ever get fired? Have you been fired yet?
I have once.
Then you're in radio. You got to get fired once.
All right. It wasn't from radio, but
okay. Okay. Well, that's all right. Yeah, radio is I hear so many good things about Civic Media and how ownership is encouraging. And I think I met your owner one time, and he was very
Sage.
Nice.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, and I don't remember what it was. It wasn't at an event. We started talking, and Sage is a unique name. Dobie's a unique name. We kind of started talking, and what do you do? And I'm a comedian. I own radio stations, and yeah, I really enjoyed him. Nice guy. Well, I hope it settles in for you, brother.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
It's a good shift. This is a great shift. I did mornings for so long. Getting up at 4 a.m. is just absolutely
I did that when I started here for a long time, and I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore because it was rough.
That's an understatement. Very well.
Perhaps.
There's the man.
Hey, gents.
Perhaps the roughest part of getting up is driving to work before the plows come through.
Oh man, yes, sir. Getting out of bed.
No, I'm not panicking yet, Zommers, but if I'm having an issue where my computer is not charging. So
that's not great.
If something happens, cut to a song and I will hook up my PC. But for right now, I'm going to roll the dice, I guess.
Sounds good.
Uh-oh.
How you doing, Doe?
Pete, I am great. Thank you for having me on. Jim McHugh says hi.
You know,
Amanda sent me the link. I didn't have it, so I'm sorry. I know he called, but I thought Conrad was going to send it.
Oh, that's okay.
So it's all good.
Yeah, no problem. Glad it worked out. And, as always, looking forward to it.
And pretty please, I need before you text me your address because I need to send you something from last time that I didn't send, but you'll see why when I.
Oh yeah, your book, right?
No, well I'll send you one if you want one, but I mean this is something that you'll see when you get it.
Okay, sweet.
You'll dig it. I meant to send it last time, and life gets in the way. You know how it goes, bro.
Absolutely.
Good thing
No,
it's
no
not,
problem.
pickles with expiration dates on them or something.
Listen, it's the thought that counts, though.
It
I don't
is.
care. You send me
You'll dig
whatever
this.
kind of a canned or jarred food you want.
You got it, man.
All right, 30 seconds.
Okay.
Someday we'll know if love can move a mountain. Someday we'll know why the sky is blue.
So that's not Christmas either, Zombers. What's that?
Oh, that's some new radicals.
Oh, because we got a request on the stream. Sydney, right?
Yeah, Sydney Politics on YouTube said, please bring back New Radicals and Smashing Pumpkins. I'm not ready for constant Christmas music.
No, and I mentioned that earlier, Sydney. I'm not ready. I didn't want to. We got to pace ourselves. I just got excited because it was December 1st, and I wanted to hear, pardon me, one Christmas tune. But I love that Zommers found the one. Well, the New Radicals are kind of a one-hit wonder. I only know that song by them that we play. That's in our arsenal.
Well, now this is just another one. Someday we'll know. I hadn't heard this either, but
kind of a good tune. Sydney Politics also says his favorite pie is pecan pie. Lil Irv does not like Mariah Carey, but he does love pecan pie. As usual, he and Sydney are in cahoots. So there you go. Our question of the night is, what is your favorite kind of pie? It is National Pie Day. And I feel like I got like a pecan stuck in my throat. Has that ever happened to you? Let's bring in another guy who knows. He brings the funny. He's an old radio pro, and he's done comedy specials and all kinds of fun stuff. And I'm going to tell you where you can see him this weekend. He joins us now over the stream. And if that wasn't cool enough, he's a Wisconsin native and he's been here before. He knows the drill. Mr. Dobie Maxwell. Hey, pal.
Mr. Pete Schwaba, or should I say Joe Keegan's alter ego from The Godfather of Green Bay. Thanks for having me on. And my favorite kind of pie, American.
American
Good old boys
pie.
singing whiskey and rye. This will be the day that I die.
And the best part about that kind of pie is it lasts for about 28 minutes, I think, if you put on the So good to hear. It's good to hear your voice. Good to see you, buddy.
Yes.
My pleasure. And that's a great answer, too. I expected nothing less than for you to have some kind of sarcastic pick, being a comedian.
I do have a real one, though. French silk. Did anybody bring that up yet? I love French silk pie.
You know what? Nobody did, but I was going to bring that up earlier, like a chocolate satin or something like. Does that even count? It's so heavy, and it's very un-pie-like, if that makes sense.
It does make perfect sense. That's why you have a lot of salad at the meal, and you jam the pie down to just lock it in your innards. That's what you do.
Excellent use of the word innards, by the way, my friend. I love it.
Well, thank you, because we in Wisconsin know how to eat at a buffet. We get dyslexic. It's not all you can eat. It's eat all you can. You're instructed as a child, no bread, no vegetables, meat. I want you to smuggle a picnic ham between your thighs. I want you to put them out of business. $12.95 to get in. I want $700 worth of food eaten.
You know what? Maybe you can help me with this, though, because I like a good all-you-can-eat buffet as much as the next guy or girl. Yes. We have our share of them in Wisconsin, but do you get irritated with the people in line in front of you at all-you-can-eat buffets? Like,
yes.
And I see it too. I get people like wanting me to make up my mind or something, and like they're staring like I should have a game plan going in. It's really annoying.
Yes. Well, the worst is when they have crab legs, because it comes out and there's a big mountain, and then some dude from Plover comes in there and he piles his plate high, and I get one little fingernail of a crab.
Hopefully not an actual fingernail.
No,
in the crab
you know
legs
what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That little whatever that jabber is that the crabs use to keep the carp away, whatever they do. It's like a fresh load of crab. I get none because the guy in front of me took it all.
And you get those people too holding their plates, waiting for a specific item. Like that is true diehard buffet behavior. And in Plover, obviously, it's the crab legs. I love that.
I want a gallon of gravy and a Diet Coke. That's it. The Chinese buffets, they have pizza now. Is that original Asian fare pizza?
Sure.
Okay.
You could throw a couple of some curry in there or something, but it's
who
yeah.
cares?
Our we have a couple of them, and this is honest to God, this happened. I pulled in about, I don't know, 5 months ago.
Mhm.
Got done a little early, left Green Bay, got back to Marinette. I was really jonesing for some Chinese buffet, and I call. It's 8:30, and I'm thinking they're open till 9. I call and I said, "Hey, are you still open?" And she said, "Yes, for 9 more minutes." And I'm like, "What? You close at 8:39? What's the deal?" Like,
Yeah.
I got over there because I love their food. It didn't matter to me,
It's
but
metric time.
yeah, right, exactly. Hey, so all right, let's get the business out of the way so we can continue the silliness. You got a big show coming up this weekend, because every show's a big show, and I know you bring it every show. Tell us about Memories Ballroom, my friend.
As
This weekend.
Geezerhood approaches, I have many memories, and I had come up with a show called Schlitz Happened, an old Milwaukee Blatz from the Pabst. And it's a little play on words there. And I wrote to all the breweries are under one now. They're like, I think boutique breweries are called. So I have permission to use it. And it started out as, because I moved to Chicago. You lived in Chicago a long time. And it's like the thing, they talk about Channel 9 and Ray Rayner and Garfield Goose and things I didn't grow up in. I grew up in Milwaukee with all those things. I said, well, I'll come up with my own show. Because everywhere I went around the country, oh, you're from Wisconsin, you're from Milwaukee, and they would bring up things about Milwaukee, like Leon's Frozen Custard or George Webb or Alan Bradley Clock or things like that. If you're from the state, you kind of know those things. So I came up with a show, and I thought, well, that was the main course, and like a Chinese buffet, the garnish was childhood. Now, as I get older, I'm thinking, you know what? A lot of people have childhood issues, don't talk to siblings and a lot of things. There's a lot of pain there that's unresolved. So that's the main course. And I've got a ton of stories. And then the Milwaukee is the garnish. And I just did a show in Racine, sold out, 300 seats. And I just kind of talked. And it wasn't necessarily stand-up comedy, but I told stories that were very relatable. My grandpa was great. He raised, if it wasn't for him, I'd be dead or in jail. My dad was a biker. We rode with the Outlaws motorcycle gang. My mom abandoned 3 kids when I was 5 months old. How do you abandon 3 kids? She's still living. I'm approaching geezerhood, and she hasn't never come back. I don't know what it is. So you got to deal with that. And I found out a lot of people, as they peel their own personal onion, have a lot of these issues. And if they come after my show and say, man, I thought I was messed up till I saw you. and you get some laughs. It's healing. It's therapeutic. There's a lot of hugs. My grandma was German. I don't know if you have any German, any Schwaba. That sounds like a German name. Is it
a little
not?
bit? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Germans aren't there. My grandma had the warmth of a popsicle. And I got my first hug when I was 37. And I wish that was a joke. Wow. It's not. We had a happy ending with her. So it does have a happy ending, because grandma was cold and nasty and German, and it totally turned around at the end. And people are saying, oh my God, because Richard Pryor talked about, today happens to be Richard Pryor's birthday. He was born in 1940.
I saw that.
And he talked about, he said, make them laugh is one thing, make them cry, and then make them laugh again. So it's like a roller coaster, take them up and down. So this show is like that. And Port Washington Memories Ballroom. Did you know this? I didn't know this until recently. That is the second last place that Buddy Holly played before he went to Iowa.
No way.
He was in Port Washington, and then he went to, was it Clear Lake, Iowa? Is that where it went down at on the way up?
Somewhere.
Yeah. So it was the night before he played in Port Washington. It's a beautiful place. They have a chicken and comedy. Now, it's the best roasted chicken you ever had. Normally, it's like Spinal Tap, puppet show, and the Spinal Tap. It's chicken and comedy, but it's the best chicken you ever had. So it's like a dinner show package. I've done it before. And Jim McHugh, the booker, is like, hey, I hope you don't mind. The chicken is the top billing. That's great chicken. So come on and have dinner and a show. That's a wonderful venue. Very, very good.
That's so great. So have you been there before?
Yeah, 3 or 4 times, I think.
It's funny you mentioned crab legs before, and I want to say it was Memories Ballroom. Bill Gorgo is on this show, a Chicago comic, and he said that his worst show ever was, I think it was a New Year's Eve show. I don't know if it was Memories or not, but he said they served crab legs, and all he could hear while he's trying to do punchlines is people cracking crab legs.
That's funny when it's someone else, isn't it?
It's totally. If you're in the back of the room waiting to go up, you're laughing hysterically. So Schlitz Happened. That's the show you're doing at Memories, because I thought that was something you were doing like as a one-man show in Milwaukee.
It was a one-man show, but it's kind of a hybrid at Memories, because the people there are of a certain vintage and they get it. So it's like I kind of read like an NFL quarterback has to read the defense. I'll read the audience. It's like, okay, these people are in my generation. I'll bring out an Albert the Alley Cat reference. Or something that's unique to the time. So I was like working that room, because it's like right in between, and people will say, oh man, it's like you made that show just for us. Well, I did.
Yeah, I did.
grew up here.
You're a jukebox. Like you have that
Jukebox.
ability. It's fantastic.
I was up there. I mean, I just did it at Mickey Lou's. I did the Upper Peninsula, the UP Comedy Festival. Does that sound like an oxymoron? It's like ice fishing, comedy, and pasties.
That's great.
So I came back. I said, the waitress is super nice, as they're always nice people there. I said, "Do you know Pete Schwaba?" Yeah, he taped the scene from his movie in here. I said, I'm on his radio show sometimes. No, you know him? Yes, I do. So you're big at Mickey Lou's. They still love you there.
Did they knock something off the bill? That's what I want to know. That's
No,
how
they
you
didn't.
really know where you stand.
It's reasonable enough, but they showed me the booth where you filmed the scene.
Yeah,
they showed me the booth.
Great.
It's like, oh, I didn't sit in it. There were some people there.
It's one of those. It's funny because it is one of those locations where if you are shooting a movie in a small town and you have access to a location like Mickey Lou's, you got to find. Even if you don't have a scene written like that, you got to make it work somehow. It's a beautiful place.
It is a beautiful place. Great food.
Yeah, and cheap, like you said. My guest is Dobie Maxwell. He is a very funny comedian, Wisconsin native, Milwaukee native. You can see him this weekend at Memories Ballroom in Port Washington. Dobe, you mentioned Chicago. Do you live there now?
No, I live right in between a place called Bristol. It's about 10 minutes west of Kenosha.
Oh,
and,
yeah, sure.
It's funny because I rented a room from a minister in Kenosha. My brother had a stroke a few years ago, and he was in a nursing home for 5 years. He since passed away. So I thought, well, I'll live between Milwaukee and Chicago so I can visit him. I try to visit him every week. And I just saw an ad in the paper, typical blind ad. And it was a minister who took in drug and alcohol people. He was the most evil life form I have ever met in my entire life. This guy was a whack job. And he would have these drug and alcohol people come in. He had separate rooms, but I was gone doing cruise ships all the time. So this guy comes up to me, just a random guy, said, "Look, this guy's a whack job. Let's move someplace else." I said, "Hey man, I don't want to move. You know, I moved enough times in my life." Then COVID came and we're locked down 24/7 with this dude. I said, "Okay, you find a place, we will move." So he found a place in Bristol, which is 10 minutes west. On the way out, it's a true story. He says, "I should probably tell you this after we signed the lease. I did 22 years in prison for second-degree murder." Oh, hey, thanks. That's a little nugget, a tidbit you could have dropped before we signed a lease.
Well, second degree. I mean,
second degree. Yeah, but he's actually a very good guy, and it's okay. They were drunk and they got a fight, and he hit a guy and he hit his head and died, and blah blah blah. So he's not a violent
sometimes,
guy.
You know, yeah.
It happens. We've all gotten a brawl.
Just don't get
over crab legs.
Yeah,
to come after my crab legs, I might have
not
to
again.
Duke it. I'll Joe Frazier you. I will.
Hey, that's a great location too. Actually, halfway between Milwaukee and Chicago.
Yeah.
I feel like Kenosha Racine is going to blow up with climate change and all that. Maybe it already has, but it's right on the Great Lakes. You're halfway between two great cities. That's a coup.
No, I'm telling you, the Highway 50 is the main drag in Kenosha. There are more Illinois plates on Highway 50 now. I feel like they opened a bone of beef. I'm surprised it's going to be a Portillo's. It's like little Chicago is creeping north. So it's really, it's a good place. And Bristol, they call it out in the county. Even Governor Pritzker of Illinois has even got a property up this way because he doesn't want to pay Illinois taxes. He's a governor.
We have, all right, this is interesting. I want to get your take on this because you've spent time in Chicago. You've taught comedy in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
But you're a Wisconsinite. I'm a guy who spent the first part of his childhood in Chicago, right in the city, till I was like 12 years old, moved up here. So I feel a connection to both places. Now I live here as an adult. But I also take a lot of abuse when I'm in Chicago, and I'm a cheesehead. And when I'm here, and I'm a Bear fan, I'm a fib, whatever. So I feel like a man without a home. So I put this to you, Dobie, a frequent guest on the show, Frank Anderson, who has this great Wisconsinology.com website, all things Wisconsin. He said Chicago should be Chicago, Wisconsin. He goes, it's more like Wisconsin than anything south of Chicago. And I was like, I finally felt like if we could make this happen, I would have a home again. Thoughts? Your thoughts?
Well, I think, you told me years ago when we first crossed paths that story, and I respected you. You said, hey, they would tease me as a kid, so I just cheered for the Bears. And it's like, I respect that. You're an intelligent guy. You like football. Yeah, and there's drunken idiots on both sides. People say
sure.
that. I moved to Chicago, and the Brewers are in the American League when I was a kid, so I cheered for the Cubs. They were my National League team. So I cheer for the Cubs, and this year was torture. Cubs versus
keep that thought. Let's pick up there when we come back. We're going to do a very short break. Very funny Dobie Maxwell is here, and I'll tell you again where you can see him this weekend. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
One day I'll go dancing on the moon. Someday you'll know that I was the one for you.
Catch Farm Report updates throughout the day from the Midwest Farm Report, right here on 92.7 WMDX.
Herbal Aspect has landed. That's right. Madison's go-to cannabis destination now has a brand new location in Sun Prairie.
Wait, 4 locations? That's a high level of convenience.
With 3 Madison locations and now Sun Prairie, a great cannabis experience is always close by. Our expert staff is here to help, whether you walk in, call, or order online. Mention Radio 420 and get a special discount. So stop by Herbal Aspect in Sun Prairie, because great cannabis isn't just a pipe dream.
Nice. I'm rolling over now.
Herbal Aspect.
You're listening to the American Democracy Minute, keeping your government buy-in for the people. North Carolina's mid-decade gerrymandering appears to have prevailed against pro-voter court challenges, and party allegiance has apparently prevailed in the Indiana Senate, which made gerrymander its congressional map after all. First to North Carolina, where a 3-judge panel denied a stay of the North Carolina legislature's new congressional map, which diluted the racial makeup of the heavily black 1st Congressional District. The judges found that while pro-voter and civil rights groups, quote, have shown a disparate impact on black voters, they have not demonstrated that this effect likely reflects discriminatory intent, unquote. It's likely to be appealed, but last year's U.S. Supreme Court case from South Carolina raised the bar for proving such racial discrimination. In Indiana, we previously reported that an effort to split liberal-leaning districts for Gary and Indianapolis had stalled in the Indiana Senate, which refused to schedule a special session. The move unleashed a tirade from President Trump, who called for those blocking the gerrymandering to be primaried. Bomb and death threats to the GOP legislators followed. November 25th, Indiana House Speaker Todd Huston announced the Assembly would be in session on December 1st. The Senate will follow December 8th. U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson met with Indiana GOP leaders on Saturday. We have more at AmericanDemocracyMinute.org. I'm Brian Beal.
'Tis the season to make lists, check them twice, and wrap gifts until your hands hurt. But there's one more box to check off. It's your community. This December 2nd, we're celebrating Giving Tuesday, a day to inspire generosity and help our neighbors in need. We've gathered up some local nonprofits that are essential to our community and rely on donations to push their missions forward. To support and give local, head to WMDXradio.com.
This time of year, many consumers sign up for discounts, enterprise giveaways, or receive messages about a delayed package, recent purchase, or a refund that needs verification. But requests for your private information aren't always honest. Protect yourself against identity theft this holiday season by keeping your personal information private and secure.
Well, apparently, Sydney Politics on the stream is now running the jukebox by way of Aaron Sommers. Good choice, Sommers, and thank you, Sydney. Lil Irv on the stream says, Jane hates it too. She's chicken to admit it. Don't know who Jane is, Lil Irv.
Referring to All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey.
No, I know, but I don't know who Jane is. Unless Jane Matnair?
I'm not sure. Could be Jane.
I
Matnair.
love Jane Matnair. I know Jane.
Maybe it's his wife. Yeah, Jane's awesome.
Talented young lady, too.
Absolutely. She's
As
coming
are
into
you.
her own. Hey, coming up next hour, folks, it's another chance to win our multi-state text-to-win contest. I will give you a new keyword after the news. That is coming up early in the next hour. Our question of the night is, what is your favorite kind of pie? It is National Pie Day. And joining me over the stream right now is Mr. Dobie Maxwell. You can see him at Memories Ballroom performing his show, or parts of his show, perhaps. Schlitz happened.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of local references. If you're from the 414 or the 920 or the 608, you'll get it.
You'll get it. So we were talking about how Chicago should be part of Wisconsin. That would make me feel more at home. I honestly, Dobe, when I was in LA, I kind of felt like I was like, okay, yeah, nobody knows anything about my Illinois or Wisconsin background here,
sure.
But I didn't surf, so it had its issues. However, I think that it's funny because you really do. Now that I'm older, I don't care, whatever. But when you're young, you're impressionable. How did you feel living in Chicago as a native Wisconsin?
Well, I would wear my Brewer and Packer, stuff because that's part of your wardrobe. And then people would say something, and I'm like Bruce Lee in the bar. You want to talk to me? I'll take you out verbally. And they're like, "Whoa, geez, this guy's just like a little brother. I got the bully syndrome. You want to talk to me about the Packers? Okay, all right." And then they said, "I don't care." At this point, as I get older, it's like they got our money. And Bears and Packers are both good. Isn't that great for football, for sports? I love this. This is going to be one of the biggest games in years this Sunday.
No, it won't be because as a Bear fan, Dobie, I've started to buy in, and that means we're going to get spanked this weekend, and I'll have to come back down to reality because the Packers have broken Bears fans' hearts for so long now. It's ridiculous.
Buddy, I was in Chicago in the 80s, and it was embarrassing the other way. It'll be the other way again. This could be the turn. Don't get cocky on
Fair
either
enough.
side. That's my advice to anybody.
Well said.
Packer fans have gotten cocky. It's like, okay, it's like, no. It can change, and it will.
As a Packers fan, you are 100% correct.
Yes. It's like, I can't believe that I care so much. It upsets me that I care.
Dude, at this stage of my life, I'm with you. I'm like, I really don't want to care. Most days when I watch the game now, I pull out my computer and I do some work because I don't want to feel annoyed that I wasted 3 hours of my life to be heartbroken. At least you guys have won a little bit the last few years, and so you got that going for you.
What's worse? You stink the whole season, or you get close and get it taken away from you? It all I don't like either one.
I don't even know about the latter for the last few years, so I guess I'll go with that. But
if life was fair, which it isn't, every 32 years, your team would win the
a
Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Not that.
Hey, all right. So Dobie Maxwell is my guest. He is a very funny comedian, Wisconsin native. He is going to take the stage, as they say, this weekend at Memories Ballroom in Port Washington, a great venue. Is it really like an old ballroom, Dobe? Does it have that?
Yeah,
ballroom
there's
feel?
hardwood
Oh, I love
floors.
that.
It's got high ceilings. It really is great. There's a guy named Rollin that runs it, and the staff is super nice. To go in there, it'll take you back in time. Great meal. The entertainment will be good. And there's a guy that's on Fox 6, a weather guy named Rob Haswell. He is a house MC, so he hosts the shows. So you can see
nice.
a celebrity. Rob's a good guy too. And people come. It's so funny because I'm sure you've done this too. And people that haven't heard of you after the show, wow, you were really funny. Like they're surprised. Like the place booked. Well, you're not going to get Eddie Murphy in Memories Ballroom. No offense to Eddie or the ballroom.
Right.
You get who you get.
Exactly. They probably Eddie Murphy would probably, if the price was right.
You're sure.
I think Eddie would take
He
stage,
would.
so to speak. Hey, all right. So you also are on the show with another guy. I remember from when I used to do stand up in the 90s, Jeff LaFleur, who I remember as being very funny. So that's a great show.
Funny.
Tell
Nice
us about
guy.
Jeff.
Jeff is also a Milwaukee native, and he worked at Zanies in Chicago. And we were kidding. It's like, we got to keep this under our hat. It's like gay actors in the 40s. They had to have a beard. They couldn't have not. Hey, be who you are. We're both cheeseheads. We both work at Zanies. He's a funny, nice guy. Yeah, he'll be on the show too. And plus, Rob Haswell, great, and chicken.
That's great. And chicken.
Pressure's off me. If you don't like me, there's other things to like. But I think
there's plenty of chicken. If the show sucks, just fill your face with chicken. That's a great. It's nice to have a fallback.
Probably tater
are
tots.
crowds different, Dobie? Like you've played both. You lived in Chicago. You taught comedy there. Are Wisconsin crowds different than, say, crowds in Chicago or LA or even Minnesota?
Well, you've done stand up. Yeah, I think it's age is a big thing about it. Because I remember you're a young buck and you look out, oh my gosh, they're old. And then one day, without warning, you look out, oh man, they're young.
Right.
Wow. And I was used to make fun of the headliners when they would do an outdated reference. Like, how about that Lola Falana? Ha, ha, ha. And then I did it. I said something, and the younger guys are looking at me. It's like, full circle.
Yeah. Who's Sam Malone? Yeah.
Too
Hey,
fun.
can I keep you for a few minutes past the news? Can you stick around?
I'm here for you, Pete. Thank you
All
for
right,
having
I
me.
got some questions. I want to take you back to your Mr. Lucky days too. You've got great stories, and it's a testament to. I remember hearing these stories, Dobe, and just like my writing partner Greg Liana said, comedy is other people's tragedy, and it's so true. Like when you're watching another comic chew it on stage, that's funny. But you have these stories that are so great. So we'll get into a few more of those.
Thank you.
In the next hour. So thank you for sticking around. Our question of the night is, what is your favorite kind of pie? Bridget from the 818 says, I love pumpkin pie with lots of whipped cream. That is the way to eat it. I am totally with you, Bridget. Tony the trucker in the 608 says, Pete, I'll take warm strawberry rhubarb pie made with fruit from my garden, topped with a scoop of quality Wisconsin vanilla iced cream.
Wow.
Does pizza count as pie? I don't know.
Sure.
Doe, what do you think? Sure. Yeah. Why not?
How about 3.14?
You see, that
That's
counts
pie.
as pie. That's the definition of pie, baby.
That's my birthday, 3/4. That's Pie Day to me.
That's Pie Day. And then Al from the 262 says, Tune In With Me is on MeTV, not Cartoon Network. Thank you, Al, for the clarification. I did know that. I just misspoke. And my friend Bill Leff will be very happy for the clarification. All right. Coming up next hour, Matt Miller will be here talking movies, our favorite Milwaukee film critic. And we'll have Dobie for a few more minutes after the news in Act 3. That's all coming up next. And there's a keyword on the way for the multi-state Civic Media Text to Win contest. Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
This is 92.7 WMDX Columbus, Madison's real news and great conversation. A Civic Media station, WMDXradio.com.
ABC News, I'm Stephanie Officer. A second strike on a boat off Venezuela's coast intended to kill the survivors was ordered by the head of U.S. Special Operations Command, Admiral Frank Bradley, according to the White House. Secretary Pete Hegseth faces scrutiny after reportedly issuing a kill order to the military to ensure there were no survivors. The White House says the strikes were legal. Not everyone agrees. ABC's Ann Flaherty.
The White House confirming that there was indeed a second strike. Apparently, 2 killed these survivors. So that becomes a major question because when we speak with these legal experts, they say on its face, that is not within the bounds of the law, even as the White House press secretary says that it is.
More than $1 million in luxury goods swiped from a New York City boutique. Several suspects early this morning were caught on video smashing a window of Soho's 4G Cellar boutique known for its limited edition pieces. The NYPD says the whole thing lasted less than 5 minutes. This is ABC News.
What's that?
An arrest has been made in
on
the
the
San
radio
Jose,
right now.
California mall shooting on Black Friday.
Police in San Jose say they have arrested the accused shooter who they say opened fire inside Valley Fair Mall on Friday night during busy Black Friday shopping. Investigators believe the shooter got into an argument with somebody else in the mall and opened fire, injuring 3 victims, including a 16-year-old girl. All have non-life-threatening injuries. They think it may have been gang-related. The gunshot sent people running out of the mall and hiding in stores, believing there was an active shooter. Alex Stone, ABC News.
A Miami court today awarded hip-hop artist Megan Thee Stallion $75,000 in her defamation case against blogger Milagro Cooper. The artist, whose real name is Megan Pete, said Cooper led a malicious social media campaign with Tory Lanez, who was convicted of shooting Pete in 2023. Pete said Cooper even encouraged people to watch a sexually explicit deepfake video they claimed was of her. I'm Stephanie Officer, ABC News.
The John and Gordy Show.
We're talking with Mike McCabe. We have this whole thing where people's jobs are being replaced with AI and robots.
Yeah. We have to make sure that just all of the proceeds, the savings that are achieved by replacing people with machines just don't go into the pockets of the billionaires. You've got to have a society where the benefits of technological advancements are widely shared.
Weekday mornings 6 till 8 on 92.7 WMDX and the Civic Media app.
Join me, Tom Hartman, each and every weekday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Tom Hartman program right here on Civic Media. I talk about the issues that all Wisconsinites can get behind, from unrigging our economy so it works for all of us, not just the billionaire class, to improving our representative government, to delivering on the promise of we the people. Tune in middays right here on your local Civic Media station from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Tom Hartman program. Tag, you're it.
Your neighbors are talking. Leaders are deciding. Madison's story unfolds daily on 92.7 WMDX.
And the Wizards. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports NBA. The Bucks on the road tonight against the Wizards at the Capital One Arena in downtown Washington. The Bucks have Giannis and Kevin Porter Jr. back from injuries, able to end that 7-game losing streak over the weekend. College football. Wisconsin lost at Minnesota 17-7. So after finishing 4-8, where's the Badgers program headed? Luke Fickell.
It is what it is right now, so we know more than anything that we have to grow, we have to move forward, we have to build on the positive things that we do have, and that's the only thing we can do. Whether we create our own momentum and energy, And that's where we've got to make sure that that isn't lost.
NFL, the Packers host the Bears Sunday at Lambeau Field. The Bears have won 5 in a row and are in first place after beating the Eagles.
You know, in the NFC North, it's a tight race. There's a lot of good football teams in our division, so we got to come out here and handle business.
That's Packers quarterback Jordan Love with Sports on Mike Clemens.
From the Capitol to your kitchen table, Madison's biggest stories live right here on 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Bormans. Look for light snow to taper off this evening. Any accumulations will be minor. Low temperatures around 10 above. On Tuesday, partly sunny skies and chilly with highs in the mid-20s. A bit of light snow possible again on Wednesday with highs near 30. Right now, it's 22 degrees.
Hey, it's John Peterson and Gordy Young. Tuesday morning, Matt Rothschild will be filling in for us.
And John and Gordy will be on in the afternoon all week. Join us 6 to 8 a.m. on WMDX.
Afternoons with John and Gordy.
Prices are going up. Shrinkflation is paying the same price for a smaller size. Skimpflation, paying the same price for lower quality. Then there's sneakflation, paying the same price with fewer perks. And then, of course, you know, there is inflation,
yeah,
right? Greedflation.
Okay.
So the whole bunch of flations.
It's John and Gordy in the afternoons from 2 to 5 on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Hey there, Wisconsin. Tom Hartman here. Democracy is not a spectator sport, so join me each and every weekday right here on Civic Media for the Tom Hartman program from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Covering the news of the day and sharing ways for you to get off the sidelines and get active in your community, because change starts with you. Get involved into the Tom Hartman program Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here.
Well, for now, it's just you and me. Just a second.
Okay.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who still likes to build a fort, Pete Schwaba.
Good evening. Welcome back to Hour 3 or Act 3 of Nite Lite. I am not Pete Schwaba, but I do also enjoy building forts.
I do too.
Pete is sorting out some internet issues right now. I'm joined by comedian Dobie Maxwell, who was with us a little bit last hour, talking about some of the latest stuff he's been up to. Hopefully, Pete finds his way out of the fort shortly.
Yeah, I think he's up there in Marinette. I don't know what kind of connection he's got up there.
I know it's not always been the strongest of connections, but we'll get that all figured out. Later on this hour at 7:20, we will have Milwaukee film critic Matt Miller here to talk about some of his latest work, some of the best stuff he's seen recently. And also this hour, we're going to have another keyword for Civic Media's grown-up gift list text to win contest. I imagine Pete wants to give that out himself, though, so I won't spoil it. But in a few minutes, we'll get to that.
We will. I just want to say I love Matt Miller too. He is. I knew his dad was a broadcaster, and he's following in his footsteps, doing him proud. Matt is a talented cat, and he teaches me what movies to see and what one not to see.
Absolutely, very helpful to hear from him for sure. I think Pete's back.
There's the man.
Pete's setting his camera up, but he is here. He has returned.
I've had all kinds of technical problems, so I apologize for that. Are we good?
Commodore 64 malfunctioning?
An Apple IIe, which has always served me well.
Oh, buddy, I've got what Tim Walco, a comedian out of Chicago, said. It's got Windows 58. They're painted shut. I love it.
Am I back? Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but it's great that you stuck with me. Welcome to Hour 3 of Nite Lite. The other voice you just heard is Aaron Zommers sitting in for Conrad tonight. Conrad will be back tomorrow. And my old pal, Dobie Maxwell, who we will be back with in just a moment to talk about a very cool gig he has coming up here in just a few days in Port Washington. Beautiful Port Washington, Wisconsin. Dobie's a very funny man. Coming up at 7:20, Matt Miller will be here, Milwaukee film critic. We always love talking movies with Matt. And it's a text to win hour, folks. So I'm going to give you a keyword this hour in our multi-state text to win contest here at Civic Media. We love our contests, and they are so much fun when you guys participate. All you need is the app, really, to participate. And when you text in the keyword on the app, we are going to, you'll be eligible for a present from our grown-up gift list. So all you have to do is listen for the keyword, text it in on the app, and you are eligible to win $200 in cash. And you will automatically be enrolled in the grand prize drawing, which will be coming up closer to, well, December 12th. It's the 1st through the 12th, right, Zommers?
Yes, that's correct.
That's our text. Those are the dates, folks. So you get a lot of chances to win. You just need, as I mentioned, the free Civic Media app to play our multi-state text to win contest. So the keyword will be coming up in just a few minutes for this hour. And good luck, everybody. It's a fun contest. Coming up on Wednesday, Lauren Holly will be here to talk about this great screening we have Thursday night in Madison for The Godfather of Green Bay 20th anniversary screening. Part of the proceeds go to the Dane County Humane Society. It's for a good cause. The Bodines did the music. Tony Goldwyn is in it. Lauren Holly, Tom Lennon, Lance Barber. They were on the show last week. I make a brief appearance as well because I couldn't afford John Cusack. And it's a fun movie. So come on out to the Atwood Music Hall on Thursday and say hello if you end up showing up. So with that in mind, and our question of the night is, what is your favorite kind of pie? It is National Pie Day. So we will read your text as we move forward here. But right now, we've got a few more minutes with our guest, Dobie Maxwell, who is here. The very funny Dobie Maxwell, who you can see this weekend at Memories Ballroom with Jeff LaFleur. And who was the MC you said was very funny?
Rob Haswell from Fox 6. He's a meteorologist. So if you
why are
like
meteorologists funny? What is the deal? There's like a lot of, and not like maybe, I'm not saying like Al Roker is hilariously funny, but they have great, they're just jovial.
I guess it goes with the territory. He's Canadian too, so he's like south for the winter. Anything under 3 feet of snow, he's like tropical. He's in shorts and flip-flops.
All right. So check how can people get tickets, Dobie, for this weekend?
Boy, you had to ask, Pete. I think you trade pelts at the door. I think there's a memoriesballroom.com. I believe that's a good question. I should know that. No one's ever had trouble before.
It's probably a good place to start, though, right? The venue.
Blame it on Jim McHugh. He's had me. Yeah, I think the venue should have it. It's very easy.
Yeah, reach out to Memories Ballroom, and they'll at least steer you in the in the right direction. So I wanted to ask you. So sometimes I'll get a friend request on Facebook, Dobe, and it'll say you're both members of the Maxwell Method, and you and I have been friends for so long. I didn't realize till like a year ago that's your method. Like, I'm like, oh, that's Dobie. That's what he teaches. So if people are interested in learning more about stand-up comedy or trying it or whatever, where can they go? Like, do you still teach? And what is the Maxwell Method?
Well, there's a Facebook group. It's called the Maxwell Method of Comedy. And the reason I did it, not to be egotistical, but Colonel Sanders didn't invent fried chicken, but he put his face on the bucket and it was his recipe. I have made every mistake there is to make on stage and off in 40 years now. Where did those years go on stage that I've taught classes? It's like, who's the carpenter you want to learn from? The one with the least amount of fingers. I just saw those three off. I just talk about it. So we've got a lot of newbies that come. I've got, I think, 14 countries, 6,000 people all over the world. And Jimmy Brogan's in the group. Was a Jay Leno's head writer, and a lot of great longtime comedians. It's just a place to go to ask without being, when you started out, who were your mentors? And I didn't have anybody to ask. So I had to go up there and saw my fingers off and make every mistake.
Right. That's a great answer. And so what you're saying is check out Dobie's Bucket of Comedy and you can have your face on the
finger licking funny.
So there is it's just about giving people confidence to try it, I'm guessing, that kind of thing, and finding their voice.
Question of the day, people, how much time should I do, or how can I start? What are the mistakes that you made? And I ask these things about on stage and off stage things. Everybody thinks they go on stage 3 times. I said, go on stage 100 times. If you want to do this full time, 100 times. And that could take you a year, 2 years to try to get on stage, and open mics, as you started out, we all start out at an open mic. That's when usually other comedians want you to die of a rare tropical fungus so they can drag your smoking carcass off stage so they can have your remaining 2 minutes.
Listen, I've had 2 sporting events in my life where a comic got injured, just like comic pickup basketball behind Zanies in Mount Prospect. Some guy goes down with an ankle injury, and there's always another comic go, where are you working this weekend? Like, hoping you won't be able to make it. And the other one was during comic softball. Remember AJ Lentini?
I do, yes.
He was rounding second base. We were playing at some park in the valley, and he rounded second base, and his ankle snapped in a horrific way. And he was laying on the field, and like his one foot was up in the air, and the other foot was like flat on the dirt of the diamond,
like a Joe Theismann. If you remember,
yes,
yes.
And the ambulance had to come out onto the field, and they loaded poor AJ into the ambulance, and he was in shock. He didn't know what was going on.
Sure.
And as the ambulance pulled away, one of the comics goes, "See you next week, AJ." Like,
wow,
he's not playing softball. And there were the jokes, "Where are you working?" And I'm sure AJ would appreciate that. That's just like a brotherhood, right?
Comedians have cruel senses of humor to the outsiders, but those are the funniest jokes.
Can you share with us a Mr. Lucky story? Back, you had this great screenplay called Mr. Lucky.
Yeah, and that's
got
the
about
thing.
2 or 3 minutes. If you could share with us a story, I would love that.
Okay, well, I was a kid. I was raised by my grandpa, and my grandpa always treated me back the badge, support your, military. I walk up and this is Vietnam time. Thank you for supporting our country, and they cry and give me because everyone else was spitting at him. So one time I'm in traffic, and there's this Winnebago that's blocking about 5 lanes, and we're trying to get around it, and I can't, and I'm beeping, and he won't go. So I finally find a way to get around him, and I, brake check, and he's trying to change lanes, and I'm not. And this guy gets out, and he wants to just totally fight, and it's a Marine. He's about 80 years old, about 6'6", with these big hearing aids coming out of his ears, and I start laughing. I'm thinking, I can't win here. If I lose, it's a Marine, 80-year-old guy kicked my butt. If I kick his butt, I just beat up an 80-year-old Marine. So I just got back in my car. Thank you, sir, for serving our country. And he's swearing. It's like, boy, you got to keep your mouth shut. That's a short version, but I have a book. It's called Monkey in the Middle, about my best friend robbing a bank that he used to work at and trying to blame. He robbed it twice, tried to blame one on me. Anybody that listens, send me an email. I'll send you a PDF copy for free. How about that?
You did that last time, and that's
I got
fantastic.
a lot of responses too. I'll do it again.
Good. So yeah, send Dobie an email, or how can we facilitate that, Dobe, too? Because there's a lot of laughs in that book.
Okay, DobieJMaxwell@gmail.com, or if Aaron or Conrad, whoever sends me a list of them, I'll send them all out immediately.
And there's great stories in there.
A lot of great stories in there. 2 bank robberies, not 1, 2. Near-death car accident. Getting heckled, telling Jeff Foxworthy his idea was full of beans. His redneck idea.
That'll come back. That's so funny you say that, because and I've talked about this on the air too. When Dan Whitney was a friend of mine, Dan Whitney got me into the Comedy Cafe in Milwaukee when I was just kind of starting out. And it became my favorite club in the world. Dan Whitney famously became Larry the Cable Guy. Well, similar story to yours. We're at Zany's in St. Charles, and Whitney shows up. He got me on the show too, and the two of us are working together. He puts on a yellow, like $2 construction hat, and he goes, "I'm doing this new thing. Tell me what you think." And he goes up and does like 2 jokes about cable, and he comes off and he goes, "What'd you think?" And I was like, "Eh." Within a year, he's selling out arenas. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I said the same thing to Foxworthy. So who knows?
That's so great. Dobie, thank you as always.
Thank you, Pete.
At Memories this weekend. It's going to be a great show. You and Jeff LaFleur and Chicken. So go check out the show.
Chicken is top billing. Chicken is headlining that gig. Coleslaw and pie.
Blow the roof off the dump and have a great time. Let's do it again soon, buddy.
Love you, buddy. Thank you.
All right, you too, Dope. Thanks. That's Dobie Maxwell. Check out, he did a dry bar comedy special too that I meant to get into, but check out Dobie's dry bar special. Those are a big deal, folks, because the guys that do dry bar comedy specials have to be clean for like 30 minutes. And I typically worked clean way back in the day, but it's very impressive when you can do that kind of time and get your own special. And Dobie's is very funny. So check out, if you can't make it to Memories Ballroom this weekend, check out Dobie's dry bar special and just go to the Google.
Where is it that Memories Ballroom is at again?
Port Washington.
Port Washington. Okay.
What did I say?
No, I think you said the right thing. I was just asking for myself to be like, can I make that this weekend? And I might be able to.
Oh, dude, it's I've never been to the venue. I hear it's fantastic though. And I have to clarify Little Herb. Dave said Jane hates it too. She's too chicken to admit it. He was talking about Jane Wells, our guest. I'm totally discombobulated tonight. First of all, I don't remember anything from 2 minutes ago. I'm having a computer that I'm just hoping hangs in there till the end of the show. So I got that stress. But thank you for clarifying that. And Sydney Frankenstein on the stream says, shout out Zommers. You're doing great. No disrespect to the great Conrad. Wow, the great Conrad.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. And I agree 100%. How are we doing on text? Am I even close to being caught up, Sommer?
I know you wanted to catch up starting with Ed.
Let's go back to Ed's text because I got to find out where that is. Somebody said chocolate silk pie, but Ed and Madison said cherry pie with a damn good cup of coffee. Oh, pie with any cup of coffee is fantastic. I'm referring, of course, to our question of the night, folks, what is your favorite pie? Coming off Thanksgiving, maybe you'll say pumpkin. Rick and Madison from the 608 says Mr. P's from Milwaukee makes by far the best key lime pie. He used to come to the North Side Market on Sundays. No, Rick, thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Or he later corrected, he meant Mr. Dies rather than Mr. P's.
So I just told people to check something out that doesn't exist. Thank you for clarifying that, Sommers. That's why you're the great Aaron Sommers. Conrad is the great. You're equally as great. We're coming right back.
Well, you're the great Pete Schwaba.
Well, thank you, sir. Matt Miller is coming up next to talk movies. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. So glad you're here, folks. We're coming right back.
We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get lucky.
92.7 WMDX. Warning, may cause smarter dinner conversations.
The holidays are here, and it's time to pick a present from Civic Media's grown-up gift list with this local station. Listen while you work for the keywords to text for your chance to win $200 cash and be entered to win one of our grand prizes, a snowblower, stainless steel cookware set, or a portable air conditioner. Just download the free Civic Media app and listen weekdays at 7, 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, and 7 for your chance to win in our multi-state contest.
The relish tray salad bar, there's nothing quite like the tradition of a Wisconsin supper club, and a few are 150 years old. Now, a new culinary journey celebrates the culture, and one supper club at a time, you can experience the Prime Rib Trail. Here's Caitlin Kessler with the Wisconsin Beef Council.
We have a lot to brag about when it comes to our prime rib and our supper club tradition here, and we just saw nominations from our folks who love supper club, love enjoying that tradition with their families.
16 are on the list, from the loading zone in Wausau to Soma Lake Resort in Tomahawk.
It's the culture. It's when you walk in and they greet you with a friendly smile, you grab that old fashioned at the bar and come together over great food and camaraderie.
Find your favorite or nominate one for next year at beeftips.com. The Prime Rib Trail, a tasty new slice of Wisconsin. I'm Terry Barr for the Civic Media Radio Network.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of color.
No, it's
Get up home. I wanna drive them home. When you're feeling blue.
Okay, folks, this is the moment you waited for. I got a little out of sorts early last segment when my computer went on the fritz, but we are back and I am playing catch up here, so I apologize. I'm just about to give you the keyword in our multi-state text to win contest here at Civic Media. And you, if you are a winner, will get to pick a present from our grown-up gift list. Be listening for your text to win, your chance to win our text to win contest, which happens today through December 12th. Just listen for the keyword, text it in, and you could win $200 cash, and you will automatically be enrolled in our grand prize drawing, which will feature a brand new snowblower, a stainless steel cookware set, or a portable air conditioner. All you have to do is have the Civic Media app, which I'm guessing most of you have. And if you don't, very easy to download. Check it out. And you'll be happy that you did so, because you can take all your favorite Civic Media shows with you wherever you go. And this hour's keyword is candle. CANDLE. CANDLE, candle. So go ahead and text that keyword on the app to us, and you will be automatically enrolled for our daily prize of $200 and also our grand prize. Good luck, everybody. Good stuff. All right. It is very exciting to me when I get to welcome this next guest. Periodically here on Nite Lite, we talk movies and TV regularly with our pal and Milwaukee film critic, Mr. Matt Miller. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hey, howdy. How y'all doing?
We're doing great. You do you have a favorite kind of pie, Matt? I have to ask you a very personal question like that before we get into movies.
Oh yeah, really personal. I am a big sucker of a lemon meringue or a key lime. Those are two big ones for me. And I will also say shout out to the person on the line with the Twin Peaks reference with the cherry pie and a damn good cup of coffee. So
yeah, I totally agree. Well, I like coffee regardless, but especially with pie. And I love that you pulled Twin Peaks into it. So great stuff, Matt. Hey, it's great to see you. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Wonderful Thanksgiving. Saw a lot of movies. The Packers won. Ate way too many starches and carbs. What could be bad?
Yeah, no kidding. Now, listen, I don't know if we've ever gone down this road before or if I've told you that I'm a Bear fan, but I hope you'll still come on the show.
Devastating revelation.
All my Packer friends are like, oh, it might be up. The Bears look for real. I have so much trauma from the last, 20 years or whatever. I can't believe it. Do you have a prediction for the game this weekend?
I will say I do think the Bears are going to win this game. I think the Packers. As a Wisconsin fan, I just wait for all the highs to go down like a roller coaster. So we're really hot right now after beating the Lions and the previous win after that. I think maybe a brief come down to earth is going to happen here. But then again, the Bears beating the Eagles last week. That was pretty surprising, and I think maybe the Bears are a little high on their own supply. So we'll see what happens. It should be a good game. It's been a while since Packers-Bears was like a truly relevant game in terms of the standings. So this is going to be kind of fun that there's actually some skin in the game.
Very well said, and I could not agree more. So let's jump in, Matt. You've got I think the last time we were here, you had not seen, was it Predator Badlands, maybe? Did you just see?
I think that was, it was either brand new or it was just about to come out.
Okay.
I believe that was the case. It rules. I think that movie absolutely rips. And it's funny because on paper, it absolutely should not. A movie about the Predator, like learning about the power of friendship in a PG-13 movie with a cutesy sidekick and a little Disney approved like stuffed animal friend should be the worst Predator movie of all time. And instead, that movie absolutely rips. I think the action is really well done. I think the worlds, the planet that is involved, this like planet of death where everything is designed to kill you, is really clever and fun.
Yeah.
And I ended up caring about a Predator. I ended up caring about the character development of one of the great sci-fi villains in cinematic history. And I think it's really impressively done, and it's a tribute to Dan Trachtenberg, the kind of commander of the new Predator franchise. He's now 3 for 3 on Predator movies, in my opinion.
I know he did Predator Prey, which I thought was great too. I love the idea of the monster or alien, whatever, going back to prehistoric times or whatever. But this one really was the first one where the Predator was like the good guy, right?
And again, it should be a terrible concept. And they've actually tried something like this in the Alien versus Predator movie. If you remember that one, where like the Predator was basically like the buddy cop character to a human. And everyone was like, this stinks. This isn't why we wanted to see an Alien versus Predator movie. So it's wild that 20 years later, they're like, we're going to not only make a Predator the main character of a movie, but you're going to like root for him and care about him and care about his character development into somebody who learns about literally the power of friendship. And it totally works. Like I said, Dan Trachtenberg is a really good writer, a really good director. I think he's got the right idea of what to do with this franchise. And I did not grow up a Predator fan. That was not one of my movies. But I'm really loving what he's doing with them. And again, if you like Badlands, if you liked Prey, there's an animated kind of anthology movie that he made earlier this year that released just to Hulu called Predator Killer of Killers. That's really great. If you loved what he did with Prey, where it was like, what if Predator showed up in a different timeline? That is that movie. It's like Predator shows up in a samurai movie. Predator shows up in World War II. Predator shows up in Viking times. I think he's really finding some interesting ways to tap into a franchise instead of just doing the same thing that they've done before.
Right. Yeah, very well said. And they set this one up perfectly for another Predator at the end. And I think it's going to ride that tide. It's still in theaters, folks, if you want to check it out. But definitely check out Predator. Matt Miller is my guest. He's a Milwaukee-based film critic. We will have more with Matt after the news. Matt, I've got a lot to ask you. Great that you're here. Jim from Appleton and the 920 says, favorite pie is salted caramel apple. Wow. Or banana cream or pecan chocolate. Sounds like Jim is having trouble making a decision. But he says maybe the old standby pumpkin. All right, we're coming back with more from Matt Miller after the news here. Again, tonight's keyword, or this hour's keyword, is candle, C-A-N-D-L-E. Good luck, folks. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. Coming right back.
WMDX, almost as addictive as your group chat. Local news, real voices, and conversations that count. That's Madison. And that's 92.7 WMDX.
ABC News, I'm Stephanie Officer. A second strike on a boat off Venezuela's coast intended to kill the survivors was ordered by the head of U.S. Special Operations Command, Admiral Frank Bradley, according to the White House. Secretary Pete Hegseth faces scrutiny after reportedly issuing a kill order to the military to ensure there were no survivors. The White House says the strikes were legal. Not everyone agrees. ABC's Ann Flaherty.
The White House confirming that there was indeed a second strike, apparently to kill these survivors. So that becomes a major question, because when we speak with these legal experts, they say on its face, that is not within the bounds of the law, even as the White House press secretary says that it is.
More than $1 million in luxury goods swiped from a New York City boutique. Several suspects early this morning were caught on video smashing a window of Soho's 4G Cellar boutique, known for its limited edition pieces. The NYPD says the whole thing lasted less than 5 minutes. This is ABC News.
It's the Bucks and the Wizards. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports NBA. The Bucks on the road tonight against the Wizards at the Capital One Arena in downtown Washington. The Bucks have Giannis and Kevin Porter Jr. back from injuries, able to end that 7-game losing streak over the weekend. College football. Wisconsin lost at Minnesota 17-7. So after finishing 4-8, where's the Badgers program headed? Luke Fickell.
It is what it is right now, so we know more than anything that we have to grow, we have to move forward, we have to build on the positive things that we do have, and that's the only thing we can do. Whether we create our own momentum and energy, and that's where we've got to make sure that that isn't lost.
NFL, the Packers host the Bears Sunday at Lambeau Field. The Bears have won 5 in a row and are in first place after beating the Eagles.
In the NFC North, it's a tight race. There's a lot of good football teams in our division, so we got to come out here and handle business.
That's Packers quarterback Jordan Love with Sports. I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. In Didn't See That Coming news, the show All's Fair has been renewed for season 2. Kim Kardashian's stinker of a legal drama will get another season, due in part to the fact that despite god-awful reviews, the show launched at number 1 on Hulu. In a related story, are you serious? I couldn't get past the first 10 minutes. On All's Fair, Kardashian wears threads no one would ever see in a courtroom and leads a team of divorce attorneys with stripper names like Allura, Liberty, Emerald, and Sheila. Your Honor, I'd like to request a brief recess for some pole dancing. Rotten Tomatoes can tell you whether something is fresh or not. They have no category for an actual reeking. All's Fair opened strong out of the gate with a 0% positive reviews that skyrocketed up to 5% positive and has settled at 3%. You can smell new episodes of All's Fair Tuesday nights on Hulu. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nite Lite with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Your neighbors are talking. Leaders are deciding. Madison's story unfolds daily on 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Bormans. Look for light snow to taper off this evening. Any accumulations will be minor. Low temperatures around 10 above. On Tuesday, partly sunny skies and chilly with highs in the mid-20s. A bit of light snow possible again on Wednesday with highs near 30. Right now, it's 22 degrees.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Join me, Tom Hartman, each and every weekday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Tom Hartman program right here on Civic Media. I talk about the issues that all Wisconsinites can get behind, from unrigging our economy so it works for all of us, not just the billionaire class, to improving our representative government, to delivering on the promise of we the people. Tune in midday.
Welcome back. Whoa. In the trailer for Song Sung Blue, because I wanted to ask you about it, and my computer just blew up. So that's what everyone was listening to. Hey, welcome back to Nite Lite. I'm Pete Schwaba, and it is great to have you here tonight. You still got time to get in on our question of the night, which is, what is your favorite pie? It is National Pie Day. Big week of shows here at Nite Lite. Lauren Holly will be here Wednesday night talking about The Godfather of Green Bay screening at the Atwood Music Hall on Thursday. I'll be there. Hope you will too. We've been talking incessantly about it, but it's going to be a fun night. The Bodines did the music for the film. Tony Goldwyn, Lauren Holly, Lance Barber, Tom Lennon, they were on the show last week, and me, because I couldn't afford John Cusack. Come on out Thursday night in Madison at the Atwood Music Hall. If you're so inclined, it should be a fun night. Part of the proceeds go to the Dane County Humane Society. Lauren will be here Wednesday night talking about it. And Bill Leff will be on tomorrow night helping us celebrate our 2nd-year anniversary, because Bill was our first guest here at Nite Lite 2 years ago. Right now, we've got our pal Matt Miller here. Love talking movies with Matt. And Matt, since my audio gaffe sort of started the segment off, let's ask you, what do you think about Song Sung Blue? How's this movie going to do?
Yeah, I'm very interested to see this one. This is the new movie with the local tie, the Milwaukee tie, about Thunder and Lightning, the Neil Diamond kind of cover band, beloved local band, starring Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson, directed by Craig Brewer, who you may recognize from Hustle and Flow. He also did, I believe, Dynamite or Dolomite.
Dolomite, yeah, love
Dolomite, the Netflix movie with Eddie Murphy. Good director, good writer. I'm interested what they do with this story, and I'm interested to see how it does on Christmas. Obviously, it's up against the other big blue movie, Avatar 3. It's up against The Housemaid and SpongeBob and all these other movies. But, last time Hugh Jackman had a movie on Christmas, it was Greatest Showman. Obviously was a surprise hit. I think this could be the kind of movie that brings adults out. There's a little bit of Oscar buzz about it. There's a few awards prognosticators who are kind of like, hey, we think this might have a chance. I'm not so sure about it just because it is a little crowded this year. And also, like, Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson are classic, like, Oscar prognosticators. One of these years will be their year actors. And it just never kind of clicks for them. So I'll be interested to see if maybe this is the time. But I think it's going to be good. And obviously, they're coming to town this week. I believe tomorrow Hugh Jackman is going to be scooping up ice cream at Cops in town.
Yeah.
So that's going to be very fun. And I believe they're doing a premiere over at the Oriental as well. So really, really cool that Milwaukee's going to potentially get some shine here.
All right. When do you think you'll be able to review that, Matt?
Hoping that'll probably come out. I believe it comes out Christmas Day, so probably late December, early January. They don't really do screenings here in Milwaukee anymore. It's potential they might do some for press, considering it is a locally tied movie. But we'll see. But definitely for sure, late December, early January.
I really want to like that movie. It's so great. It's a
It
true
seems
story.
really likable.
Yeah, it's exactly what we need right now. So, all right. So you've got Song Sung Blue opening on Christmas. Let's talk about House of Dynamite. Is it
A House of Dynamite? Yeah.
I saw that too a while ago, and I was kind of mixed, but overall I liked it. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, I wanted to really like it. I'm a big Catherine Bigelow fan. She's the director of Zero Dark 30, Hurt Locker, Point Break. Really great director. Kind of her first movie in quite a bit. I think almost 10 years. Basically a modern failsafe where it's, a nuclear bomb is coming towards America and all of our various offices are trying to figure out what to do and who it's from and what they should, should they retaliate? What's the plan? I think that's all great. For a half hour, I was totally locked into the movie and just like, wow, this is great. And then the script does this very odd thing where it basically resets and tries to do like a Rashomon type deal where it's like, okay, you're getting this 45 minutes or so from this room's perspective, and then it jumps forward back in time, and okay, you're getting a different room's perspective on those 45 minutes. And I don't think each perspective merits a different look. Like, you don't really gain much from each perspective. So instead of this really intense, boiling, pot, you end up taking it off the stove and then just putting it back on and restarting the whole thing again. And you're about to, no, took it off the stove again, putting it back on. I just think it kind of is momentum killer and makes the movie kind of feel slight, makes it feel like they maybe made a short film and then just copy and pasted it 3 times over. So I like the performances, love Rebecca Ferguson, love Idris Elba. I think Bigelow's really got a handle on the procedural tension of it. But I think the script is kind of really empty.
That's great. It's interesting you say that because I liked Idris Elba too. And I like the dilemma he as president had. Do we retaliate without knowing anything, appear weak, or do we just, blindly send missiles out to show a sign of strength? So I like that whole dilemma, but I agree with you. It was weird how they did that nonlinear thing where they kept bouncing around. I didn't think it was necessary.
And also the movie has these interesting dilemmas. And the movie's kind of answer to these dilemmas is kind of to chicken out and not answer them. So just kind of be like not a spoiler alert, but kind of spoiler, like it kind of says like, well, who knows? And
it just that's a great point.
It feels less of a interesting debate this movie afterwards decision and more of the screenwriter didn't have the confidence in choosing a decision.
Right. And what I liked about it was kind of like The Gorge. Like I thought, I need a good streaming movie, maybe something I wouldn't go see in theaters, but I wanted to. And for that, it's fine. People might like A House of Dynamite.
It's not bad. It's if there's been worse ways to spend 2 hours, especially on Netflix. But for considering the potential that premise has and the cast, I mean, like Caitlin Dever, who's a tremendous young actress. I forget what she's been in off the top of my head. She's great. She shows up for maybe 5 lines as somebody's daughter, and it almost feels like there's a whole nother act of the movie that they kind of cut out because she's way too big of an actress to just show up for 5 lines.
Right. Yeah. Great point. What did you think of Running Man, Matt? The Arnold Schwarzenegger remake from 1987.
Yeah, I really wanted to love this. I've been a big proponent of Glenn Powell as a movie star. I love Edgar Wright. Scott Pilgrim and World's End are 2 of my favorite movies. I kind of think this is less than the sum of its parts. Okay. For a movie called Running Man, it kind of really stumbles getting out of the gates and then really stumbles at the finish line. I think the middle of the movie, where it is the Running Man show, where, he has 30 days to survive the world hunting him down, I think that's where the movie kind of finds its rhythm and finds its groove. But I was kind of surprised how little new energy Edgar Wright brought to the movie. He's such an energetic director. Stuff like Scott Pilgrim and Shaun of the Dead are so, energetic and have such a pep to them. And this movie's kind of sluggish in a lot of spots. So I want to love it more. You could do far worse at the movie theaters. But I will say also, I missed Dawson. I missed Richard Dawson, who played the host in the original Running Man, and I think he gets what the kind of tone of that movie is. And I think Coleman Domingo is a really good actor, but he's almost not big enough. He's not, for a movie that's supposed to be kind of a satire, supposed to be kind of a Hunger Gamesy kind of thing. It just doesn't have that kind of punch that I wish it did.
Should they have gone Seacrest? That's my question to you.
I was trying to think who would be a campy person to like put in that role, and God help me, Pat McAfee might have had the right energy for it.
Yeah.
I actively dislike watching Pat McAfee, but I think he would kind of capture the kind of pro wrestling as entertainment vibe that the Running Man is supposed to have.
That's great. My guest is Matt Miller, a Milwaukee film critic who joins us here to talk movies periodically. Matt, what did you think of Wicked? I still haven't seen Running Man. I still haven't seen it yet. I like the first one, but I haven't been to the theater to see this one yet.
Yeah, first movie, really good, really impressive. I think any Wicked fan would tell you that the second act is not the better of the two acts. Okay. And you really feel that in Wicked for Good. They're taking a second act, they're stretching it out, which does not do the kind of narrative clunky, the clunky narrative of the second half of Wicked much favor. Doesn't help that all of the banger songs are in the first half of Wicked as well. And the second act is a lot of fairly forgettable numbers other than the big final For Good, which honestly, that was like my grade school graduation song. So if you do For Good, I'm going to cry. Not like it could be the worst.
Bombers, cue it up.
It could be Roseanne Barr's national anthem version of that song, and I'd still be like, "Oh, beautiful." But yeah, it's. I love the performers still. I think all of them are still good. I like the production of it. I think it's like I love the costumes and I love the sets. But yeah, I just think it really kind of clunks and clangs around. And I wanted to have a better time with Wicked for Good.
So before I want to do a quick holiday preview, Matt, but you also saw Wake Up Dead Man. This is another Knives Out movie. How did you? I like the Knives Out films. I don't love them, but I haven't seen this one. Was this a good one?
You might love this one. This is
really?
Cool. This may be recency bias coming in. This is my favorite of the 3 Knives Out movies. And I've liked them all, but I've kind of been with you where I'm like, they're really good. I want to think they're great. And this one, I really like this one a lot. First of all, I mean, obviously the cast is great, but Josh O'Connor, who's kind of been on the precipice of stardom for a while. He played one of the tennis guys in Challengers last year. He's tremendous in this movie. He is so good. He plays kind of a priest at the center of the big murder in Wake Up Dead Man. And the movie basically gives him the first act. Benoit Blanc doesn't show up for quite a while in this movie. And I think it's a credit to Josh O'Connor that you really don't miss him, that he's so gripping in the role. I think the mystery is really fascinating and fun. I think Rian Johnson, the writer-director, loves playing with the structure of a whodunit, and I think that really pays off well here in a way that maybe in the other ones it doesn't as much so. I think its conversations about faith and religion and the weaponization of it are really, really well done and pointed, I would say. If you liked Glass Onion and Knives Out politics, I think you'll be a fan of this one as well in terms of what it's saying, in terms of people abusing the good nature of faith and using it for kind of ill. I think it's really good. And it's going to come to Netflix later in December, I believe in 2 weeks. It's showing at the Oriental Theater right now, and I think maybe that's going to be it. If you have a chance to see it on a big screen with a crowd, it is such a big screen movie. It is worth, the crowd I saw it with was totally on board with it, was weaving with all the twists and turns, was laughing at all the jokes. It is such a crowd movie, and it's such a shame that the last 2 Knives Out movies have been Netflix releases. So if you get a chance to see it on the big screen, definitely do that. I'm a big Wake Up Dead Man fan. I hope you like it as well. It's my favorite of the 3 right now.
Well, that's the one I'm going to take away out of this conversation, is one I have to see. We got a phone call from Rita in La Crosse, Matt, who says you guys need to see Nuremberg. I've heard pretty good things about that as well. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I did see Nuremberg. I like it. that was one that I really wanted to love because it's the director of the movie also wrote Zodiac, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I think he's got the thing here where he's very good at the procedural and making that snap, making it not just court documents. I have some issues. I have some issues with how it tells its story, but let's talk more about Nuremberg next time.
Let's pick that up, and Matt's going to give us a preview of what's to come. Just a reminder, folks, our keyword in our multi-state Civic Media Text to Win contest is candle for this hour. CANDLE. Text that in, and good luck. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. We are coming right back with Matt Miller.
News, weather, and sports.
Had to get a little bit of the
right
best and a little bit of the
on
worst in there.
WMDX.
That was awesome.
Streaming 24/7 online at WMDXradio.com.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals, and it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Are you prepared, I say to my Republican friends, to sit back and allow over 20 million Americans to see a doubling of their healthcare premiums?
It's Bernie Sanders, right? Will 2026 Obamacare premiums double for 20 million Americans? No. Many Affordable Care Act enrollees will face sharp premium increases when enhanced subsidies expire on December 31st. But there's no evidence that 20 million people will see their costs double. KFF estimates average monthly payments will more than double in 2026. While it doesn't say how many will see premiums double, 2 to 3 million higher income enrollees losing all enhanced subsidies could see their premiums double or triple. I'm Trisha Young for Wisconsin Watch. Fact briefs are bite-sized fact checks of trending claims produced by Wisconsin Watch and GigaFact. Read more at wisconsinwatch.org.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Wisconsin. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
'Tis the season to make lists, check them twice, and wrap gifts until your hands hurt. But there's one more box to check off. It's your community. This December 2nd, we're celebrating Giving Tuesday, a day to inspire generosity and help our neighbors in need. We've gathered up some local nonprofits that are essential to our community and rely on donations to push their missions forward. To support and give local, head to WMDXradio.com.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it.
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry. I'm gonna take the town and turn it upside down.
All right, that is
live until I
compliments of Aaron Zommers. I'm Gonna Live Till I Die by Frank Sinatra, part of the soundtrack for the first Knives Out. And Zommers, Matt says, I really need to see this one. I loved the first two. We can debate that, but also Sydney Politics on the stream says Glenn Powell might be the most unlikable lead actor. I don't know if he's the most unlikable, but I'm kind of on the fence about him, but you like him.
I like him in The Right Stuff. I actually
Yeah.
think he's miscast in The Running Man because
Okay.
the movie keeps saying like he is the most angry, rage-filled man we've ever seen, and Glenn Powell's too slick to be that. Like he's too polished. I think if we lived in times where we made more romantic comedies, I think he would be doing great right now. He would be like a new Matthew McConaughey, but we don't make rom-coms anymore, so I think he's kind of in no man's land. I am excited. He has a movie coming out next year called How to Make a Killing, about like an heir to a massive $1 million fortune who starts killing off family members one by one to get I'm really hoping that's good. That seems like a perfect use of Glenn Powell, where it's like this guy's too polished, too slick. What's his deal? So I'm kind of interested to see that one.
Well said. We've got about 3 minutes or so left, Matt. I want to know, is the box office back, A, and B, what movie before Christmas do you think is going to just crush? And maybe that movie, which I think you might say, is part of the reason the box office is coming back, so to speak.
Yeah, so box office was down this year from last year over Thanksgiving. Part of that was because last year you had massive monolith that was Wicked, and you had the massive monolith that was Moana 2. And, just because we didn't break that record again this year doesn't mean that we're doing bad. Wicked for Good is still making a ton of money. Zootopia, making a ton of money, and it will continue to. I think what is promising to me is something like Nuremberg making $12 million. And I know that's not a sexy amount of money. Like, the studio probably isn't shooting off champagne corks because of $12 million, but that's the kind of movie that needs to start making money again, because that's the kind of movie that's struggling right now. Movies aimed at adults are just not performing the way they used to. Adults just generally aren't going out to theaters as much anymore. But the fact that movie is performing better than, a lot of other ones like it is nice to see. The fact that, something like The Running Man is doing okay. It's going to be a flop technically, but it's starting to make some money back. That's nice to see. I do think Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is going to make a ton of money when it comes out next weekend. And obviously you have Avatar coming out on Christmas. That's going to be a pretty big deal. I also think The Housemaid, the new Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried movie, I think that's going to do really well as well. That's based off a very popular mystery book. It is aimed at women audiences, and women like to see movies. Hollywood doesn't always forgets that lesson.
I think women and perverts are going to go to see that movie, Matt, because of the soap and all that other stuff. But
I do think, there's that. But I do think that movie's going to do well. That book is very popular. They've been selling it well. You've got two good young actresses in it. So I do think stuff like that makes me heartened. And the only problem is Warner Brothers is on the chopping block right now. There's a lot of talk about them getting sold. And losing another major studio is going to be terrible, because right now the big problem is they're not releasing enough movies into theaters, and definitely not enough movies of variety of genres. And
well,
so,
hopefully, it's, the way we're headed, everything in the world is going to be owned by like 3 people, so that can't be good for movies either. But
Disney, Paramount, and Netflix. Those will be the studios at some point. It's great. I think it's a great future. We all love it.
Yeah. Matt, love your insights. Have great holidays. Hopefully we'll talk before then, but always a joy, my friend.
Yes, thank you for having me, and see some movies out there, folks.
Absolutely. All right, Matt Miller. Thank you, sir. All right, so let's get, how are we doing? Zommers, am I caught up on text? I got a couple, I think, right?
I believe you are, or just about at least.
Or almost. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. This is, where am I here? Oh, Melissa.
You have
from
Steady
Willie
Eddie,
Street.
I know.
Yeah, we got Steady Eddie. Melissa from Willie Street in the 608. I hope I see Melissa Thursday night. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't if they didn't have plans. She says, my favorite pie is key lime. My husband's is French silk pie. But please, Pete, tell me about this satin pie. Melissa, chocolate satin. If you go, I see it in the grocery store. Marie Callender's has like a chocolate satin pie. It's very rich, but it might change your life. But don't hold me to that. Adam in the 608 says pecan pie from Batch Bakery on Willie Street in Madison. They bake with dark chocolate chunk mixed into the pecan filling. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Thank you, Adam. Al in the from the 262 says chocolate silk pie. Chocolate making a comeback here at the end. John from Oshkosh says blueberry with vanilla ice cream. Love the combo, John. Thank you. Lauren from Eau Claire says, she just said Boston cream pie is her favorite. We haven't heard that one yet, Summers, have we?
I don't think so.
That's kind of an old school pie.
Yeah, that's another one I haven't had.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but I do appreciate the text. Pete, this time of year, there's nothing better. This is Steady Eddie, our pal. He says, in my humble opinion, than a Swanson turkey pot pie with 2 scoops of candy cane peppermint ice cream right on top. Nice that Steady Eddie's trying to make us puke right before we sign off here. He says, it's a big unconventional culinary wow. Really makes you want to start rocking around the Christmas tree. When my grandma first tried it, she couldn't stop crying with holiday joy. I'm pretty sure. Steady Eddie. I'm going to call you Steadfast Edward for that one, buddy. That is pretty good.
Yeah, Steadfast Edward.
That's a great one. Zomer, this has been fun, man. I'm going to miss you, pal.
I'm not going anywhere. Just
no, you'll be around. Always appreciate your help with this show in any capacity. Join us tomorrow night, folks. Bill Leff will be here. We'll be talking about our first show that Bill was on, and he helped us celebrate our first year anniversary, and he'll be here tomorrow to help us celebrate year number 2. Lots to come on Nite Lite this week and throughout the month of December. All kinds of fun stuff. Join me tomorrow night on behalf of the awesome Aaron Summers and Pete Schwaba saying good night, Wisconsin.
Fill my cup. I'm gonna live until I